this. Come and run again. We want a dose of this. Right now it's KDA. I'm a goddess with a blaze. 소리처럼 내 이름 잊지 못하게. Loud, 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 loud. I could take you to the top. 절대 멈추지 못해. 내가 끝내주는 bad gal, gal, gal. When I start to talk like that, oh, you know how to react. I'm a picture perfect face with that wild in my veins. You can hear it in my growl, 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 growl. So keep your eyes on me now. 무엇을 보든 좋아할 거야. 다 할 수 없는 배vo. 나와 되길 원한 늘 확신해. We got it all in our hands now. So can you handle what we're all about? We're so tough. Let's get it, show you up. Can you feel the rush now? Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. They could try, but we're gonna wear the crown. You could go another round, 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 round. Wish you luck, but you're not bringing us down. We go hard till we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pop stars. Only winning, winning now. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. You ready for this?
Let's go.
See, 언제든지 내 모습 매직 단 한 번에 내가 잡아 절대 기죽지 않지. 펴펴 네가 뭘 알아. 견딜 수 없어 원해도 원하는 게 얼굴에 보여. I'm trouble and you running it. I'm so cold. When I move that way you gon' be so blown. I'm the realest in the game. Said I'm on fire with the blade. You're about to hear my name ringing in your head like whoa. So keep your eyes on me now. 무엇을 보든 좋아할 거야. We so tough. Let's get it, show you up. Can you feel the rush now? Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. They could try, but we're gonna wear the crown. You could go another round, 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 round. Wish you luck, but you're not bringing us down. We go hard till we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pop stars. Only winning, winning now. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. Oh, 난 멈추지 않아. Oh, oh, we go hard. Oh, oh, we pop stars, stars. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. They could try, but we're gonna wear the crown. You could go another round, 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 round. Wish you luck, but you're not bringing us down. We go hard till we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pop stars. Only winning, winning now. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down.
Walking down the street in my 6'4", jocking a bitch, slapping a hoe. I went to the bar to get real quick. Dr. Dre sucks mad dick. And
I was never one to want to put my trust in someone else completely. And I was always one to want to up and run when someone said they needed me. But you Let's get lost. Let's get lost. You wanna get lost. You wanna get lost. Let's get lost. Let's get lost. I wanna get lost. Oh baby, let's go get lost. I've been at the ocean this soul. Keeping my fingers crossed. Maybe you'll take the long way home. Let's get lost. I don't wanna let you go. Keeping my fingers crossed. Maybe you'll take the long way home. Baby, let's take the long way home. Baby, let's take the long way home.
At Sicko Chris. I'm gonna clap your cheeks so hard in lane, you're gonna whine for jungle ganks and flame your support for not rushing Ardent, and not body blocking for you. I've analyzed Chris's every move. I've developed an in-depth detailed plan for any champion that he might pick. He can hire his shitty little band of mercenaries who will all boost him for a win, but it won't matter in the end. We all know who's going to win. Will it be their team?
Nah.
Hello and welcome back to the AWG 2019 Spring Sensational live from Disney World, where dreams come true, or whatever the saying is. I'm your host, Asian with Glasses, and here with me is my co-host, Kadar.
Hey, I'm Kadar.
Yeah. We've got a very exciting set of games for you, but as if you're in the know, it's a little, you know, it's a little weird, but you know, it's okay. We're gonna make it through this together. Both of us, all of us together. You, me, Kadar,
Yeah.
our analyst Medios, who's sitting on the desk right now, and Jat, who's also on the desk right now.
He quit Riot and he came to work for Asian.
Yeah, joining the joining the balance team was just a cover. He's actually joined us.
I think he moved up.
Yeah, honestly, we at least pay our casters good money.
Some shade of Riot. They deserve it.
Yeah. All right, so as we get prepared to get into game, we have some things that we'd like to say.
About the roster swaps?
Yes, about the roster swaps. Okay, so let's take a look at our starting rosters. On Team Banditos, we have Jeff in the top lane, Tam jungle, Boogle mid, Xcal AD carry, and Lexia support. And on Asobi Asobase, we have not Dangor top lane, Ranqe jungle, Chris mid lane, Lira AD carry, and Illyri subbing in for Queen Atzeri at support.
You know, teams of this caliber, they're just coming up with new strategies all the time. And when they see, a chance to exploit a weakness of a team, they'll make a sub, and it's just completely strategic choices.
Yeah, not any like kind of other reasons whatsoever. Only strategic. And if you noticed in that list, you're seeing a lot of new faces for the AWG events. Gone are the days of Team Carter or Team Maxes or Team Jeffs even. We have all new rosters featuring new players. And, some people might ask why we aren't seeing these old, members of old players from the previous events. So let's bring it over to our analyst Medias to get the full scoop as to why this is.
I think that NA historically has struggled to be aggressive.
Oh, well, there you have it.
Yeah.
NA historically unaggressive or difficult to be aggressive. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I know. We have seen that in the past. I think we have a clip, yeah?
Oh, yeah, we have a clip to demonstrate this example. Ooh. Ooh, you hate to see it.
Well, the meta changes, and sometimes, the old guard can't stay forever.
Yeah.
As the meta changes, players have to change too, and sometimes they can't.
Aggressive.
This is definitely a struggle to be aggressive, if I've ever seen one.
Yep.
I think that NA historically has struggled to be aggressive.
Let's just have this rolling for a bit. Just not for any other reasons. Just wanted to just show off what our analyst media is just trying to say here.
A picture says 1,000 words, and a clip played 1,000 times says 1,000,000 words.
If that isn't the truth, I don't know what is.
Oh wait, do you have to? You have to get out of the team. Go to spectate.
Oh, right. Okay.
We're very close to getting into game here.
Very close to getting into game, folks.
Everyone is anxious for it.
Yeah, everyone's hyped and prepared, but it's to get into lobby is kind of it's a bit of a process. I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit of a process. All right, that's enough of that. And okay, so let's take a look at some trash talk that our teammates have been saying throughout the week. Here's an example. It's from our very own Jeff, or a nice hot dog.
Very nice hot dog.
A very nice hot dog. It says, "I'll make you submit to me, woman, period mark, at Queen Edzuri."
And, she's not here tonight, so maybe that really just scared her off.
Yeah, I think this is the reason why she backed out. You never know.
I would say that maybe Jeff should try respecting women, but if it works, it works.
Yeah, don't break what isn't broken, is what they say.
That is what they say.
All right, so let's take a look at our match of the week, presented by, if we'll hide the trash talk, State Farm.
Thank you, State Farm.
Thank you, State Farm. Our featured matchup of the week is Chris versus Jeff, and while they may not be playing against each other in the same lane,
this is a rivalry that goes way back.
Yeah, way back. In fact, this same graphic was supposed to be used at the previous AWG event, but I ended up forgetting about it. But it still works to this day, so that's why I brought it back.
I mean, the passion in the rivalry between Chris and Jeff is just, I feel, unmatched in today's competitive scene.
All right, we're very much seconds away from getting into queue, or into the lobby, or
I think that
select.
NA historically has struggled to be aggressive.
So let's run down our teams again. Jeff, top lane, Tam, Boogle, Xcal, not Madoka. And on the enemy team, we have, or not enemy team, but on the super team, we have not Dan Gore, Ranqe, Chris, Lira, and not Queen Net Theory, but Illyri instead.
Is that how you pronounce it? Simon.
Simon for short.
Simon for short, yes.
All right.
Looks like everyone's in order.
Looks like everyone's in order, and we are.
Oh wait, hang on.
What's appears to be going on?
Maybe
here?
not.
Oh, it looks like they are getting into order soon.
You know, a quick swap is always.
Yeah.
You never want the enemy team to know exactly what your plan is. You know.
Not even us.
Oh no, the casters know.
Yeah. Why would we want to know what's going on?
That would be.
And to that point, why would you think we don't know what's going on? You see.
Think about that.
Think about it this way, right? I definitely know what's going on right now.
Yes. I would say also.
Yep. Both of us.
And it looks like the teams are ready.
Oh. And it looks like we are almost just about to get into game. So let's take a look at some... Let's take a look at that Ine clip real quick while we're here.
I'm not sure that we fully analyzed it. There's still so much more to get from it. Ooh. Yeah. Right there. You see.
Cool. You know?
Yep. I mean, you hate to see it unless
you just hate to see it, to be honest.
The one who sees it.
Now let's see what brought us to this moment here.
I think that NA historically has struggled to be aggressive.
And there's that. Oh, and now we are getting into lobby.
Oh, all right.
It's finally here, everyone. We did it.
So, what are you seeing as the top bans to be contested in the meta today?
Nidalee is one that's just been picked. That's what's been
extremely
banned.
Powerful in the meta currently.
Especially
Nidalee.
For Ranqe.
Yeah, I have heard some people say that Ranqe sus Caleb, however you'd like to call him, may be a one-trick. I wouldn't say that, but...
I'm just saying, have you ever seen Cat Sexual and Ranqe in the same room at the same time?
Alright, we see the Kaisa ban coming out. Definitely targeted toward James, as I have seen him play Kaisa. Probably.
As a person that plays marksmans, I assume you would play every marksman there is.
Alright, and they target the famous duo queue of Lira and Caleb. Their unbeatable Nidalee, Ezreal, absolutely no CC team. That's how they climb so fast.
Ooh, the brand ban coming out towards Bobby, who is notoriously known for his brand support.
Notoriously playing support today.
Yeah.
Except he is playing mid, but Brand can go mid.
Support in the middle lane. Supporting the middle lane today.
The Thresh ban. You don't always expect to see it when Dennis isn't in the game, but Thresh is a very strong AD support in the meta currently.
And sometimes, you know, in the AD carry role too, if you will.
You never know. I certainly don't know.
Yeah.
That would be spoilers.
Lucian ban coming out. That's a very strong pick right now.
Expected ban. Lucian has a very easy time bullying lane, and I expect these teams to be looking very hard to win their lanes.
The Vayne pick coming out. The first pick
Vayne.
Coming out for James.
Bit of a Vayne spotting event to see the first pick insta-lock Vayne. But you know, we'll have our eyes on her.
And following that, we have a Jace pick coming out.
The NA Jace. Not to be confused as playing by NA.
Yeah.
As we saw, he only plays Lux.
Maybe we should take another look at that clip, huh?
Maybe later.
Maybe later.
Maybe
okay.
later.
Maybe later. Okay. 4 seconds left into picking, and let's see what Ranqe decides to pick.
The Nami pickup. Yeah, as we said, Nami, very strong lane bully. And we see the Lee Sin picked up on the other side.
And a Karma hover. Let's see if he'll actually pick it.
Lee Sin, notorious for his ability to make early game plays, really get his team snowballing. It's just all looking like heavy lane aggression right now, except for the Vayne, who, I don't know, is a Vayne.
You never know with these Vaynes, you know, it's hit or miss, if you will. Sometimes they
never miss.
Huh.
Huh.
You know, 5 seconds left into picking it. And the Akali.
Ooh, the Akali. Very strong pick in this meta. We have seen it go mid and top between the Akali and the Jace. They could flex either way, really.
And here we are in ban phase 2. Well, they'll ban the final 2 picks.
And you know, I don't know that we talked enough about the Karma, because the Karma can easily go top, mid, or support. So they're really hiding their picks here for the second ban phase.
And it looks like they took the bait and banned Soraka. Not wanting
expecting this Karma not to go support.
Right. Because knowing that Bobby is notorious for his brand support, you know, now that that's gone off the table, you know, they're not sure what he's going to pick now. All right, the J4 ban coming out. That's a, you know, that's a champion that can easily lock down the ban.
Very strong jungler in the meta.
Yeah.
The Lulu. They really just don't want to be stopped by the polymorph, which can easily negate Akali's engages.
And also a champion that can either go support or mid.
Yeah. After they see this Karma, they don't want to see another, you know, support the Vayne type strategy coming out with the Lulu. Caitlyn. Have seen Lira default to Caitlyn when his Ezreal is gone.
Right. And another just pick that can outrange.
Very strong champion, Sion. Yeah. Should be able to perhaps weather the storm of the Jace top. But now with the Kindred banned away, we'll have to see what rank will pick up for the jungle.
I've seen him play AD Rakan jungle before. He lost, but I've seen him play it.
Ooh. The Shyvana. Alright, that's quite a spicy final pick here. But you know, they have very little hard CC on the team against Shyvana, besides Morgana. So, you know, Morgana misses her Q. Shyvana can probably run all over this Vayne.
Yeah.
So now that we've seen the team comps, how are we feeling about this matchup?
I'm feeling that and that's that. Yeah.
I would say that, you know, this jungle matchup is definitely going to be something to watch out for. Lee Sin and Shyvana, both notorious for trying to take over the game from the jungle, which is refreshing to see in this caliber of play, I would say. And, you know, that top lane matchup, we have to see if the NA Jace can do what NA Jace does, or what NA Jace does, which, you know.
Yeah. So, do you believe that the Shyvana is going to be going to the AP, or do you think they'll be going something a bit more conservative?
The on-hit Shyvana build of the past has really been overshadowed lately by this AP Shyvana. You know, the Echoes item, the Nashers, I believe they build. And I think that it does kind of fit a lot with Ranqe's style of being a Nidalee one trick. To be, you know, an AP Shyvana pocket pick. So that's definitely what I would expect. And it would, you know, round out their team comp, 2 AD, 2 AP, make it difficult for Sion to itemize against them.
Right. And it will be the Karma going mid.
The Karma mid.
Karma mid.
We're gonna expect some big shields out of that, especially with the barrier. Probably Bobby just trying to survive the lane and get to a point where he can just be buffing up this Vayne to try to go wild in the team fights, along with the black shield from Morgana.
And we saw in the pre-game hype video, we saw the character of Doublelift taking, or the voice of Jeff taking the place of Doublelift, which kind of signals that it could be that their Banditos is trying to go for a protected Doublelift comp with this Vayne here.
I think, yeah, definitely. I wouldn't be entirely surprised to see the Lee Sin go a little bit more of a tank or supportive style if he can't get ahead in the early game, just to really try to help the Sion out, help the Karma out in protecting this Vayne.
Right.
Because, you know, we talked about how the Banditos don't have very much hard CC, but neither does this team they're playing against, really.
Right.
If you can't bubble or wave the Vayne, you're gonna have a really hard time locking her down.
Right. That is that.
So, you know.
And how are we feeling about this? I know we've talked about this numerous times, but how do we feel specifically about the Vayne versus Caitlyn matchup here?
The Vayne, it's a hard matchup for Vayne, almost always, especially with the Nami on this side of the Caitlyn. Vayne's gonna have a really hard time farming in this lane, just really doing anything in this lane, without, you know, very strong Morgana pick, Morgana engage. I would expect to see Vayne bullied pretty severely.
Right.
But, you know, the team, I'm sure, is aware of this in first picking the Vayne. They know that they're kind of asking to get counterpicked. So I would expect to see them employing some strategies to help this Vayne out of the hole they kind of got for themselves.
Right. It's like they knew what they were coming to, and yet they wanted to do it. They wanted to say, hey, we can outdo you by doing this.
It's kind of, you know, it's a weird flex, but, you know, okay.
Yeah. All right. While we wait for the game to load, would now be a good time to take another look at that Ine clip?
You know, there is a Lee Sin in this game and in that clip, so we can kind of look at, you know, what we could expect from Lee Sin in this game. You know, Lee Sin very good at ganking in the early game, and Karma is, you know, she has her speed up, but she's pretty immobile of a mid laner. And Akali can, you know, do a lot of damage starting pretty early. So I wouldn't be surprised to see somewhat of a repeat of the Ine experience.
And now we are getting into game.
Ooh, Lexia with the Prestige Vayne. Oh, okay. The Banditos looking for a bit of a cheeky invade here.
30 seconds until minions. I am your darkness.
Oh, and we have a level 1 fight with the Nami going down in the end.
Sion picking up that first blood.
With
definitely gonna help him survive the lane against this Jace.
However, that is ignite down for the support Morgana.
I don't know how likely they were gonna be to be utilizing that support in the early bot lane. So, you know, I would say that this was a fair trade.
Yeah. And no summoners blown onto Nami, so that's...
Nami recognizes she's a little bit doomed there, and shows some restraint. I think that's a good play too. Let's take a look at these keystones on these champions. Mostly, you know, what you would expect. The fleet on Akali is interesting. She's probably expecting to be bullied out in this lane a little bit. The melee versus ranged.
Right.
The fleet definitely helps you.
Trying to get a bit of healing off from the karma Qs, if you will.
After the healing was severely reduced in Akali's kit recently.
Right.
You see this Caitlyn Nami is pushing as we expected. Very strongly and very oppressive, especially against a low range AD carry like Vayne.
Right. Q going wide for the Morgana.
Really, they're just looking for poke here. I think. I think they know they're not going to be getting any kills for a while.
Right.
Got some help from their Lee Sin, but currently topside.
Q landing onto the Nami, and just a little bit of poke. Trade it back.
Yep. Black shield level 2, trying to watch out for any potential kill threat from a bubble or a trap we could see. Really just getting picked down.
We're now 3 minutes in. The score is now 1-0. If you look at your top of the screen, reading off the rest of the stuff that is on the scoreboard.
Lee Sin looking for a gank on this pushed in bot lane. Ooh, the flash condemn. Out of Vayne here. Both heals expended. Oh,
flash burned on the Caitlyn. That's a rough one, honestly.
Ooh, alright. That was quite a scrap.
Yeah.
Was about even, but you know, the Lee Sin gank comes in to clean it up, and they get to push this in. Probably not gonna look for any turret plates.
And that's both summoners used on the Caitlyn and flash burned on Nami.
Yeah, and both sums out of Vayne here, so you know she was already a little bit of a target on her back, and without her flash, without her heal, we could see Ranqe making a visit down here. But now we see him making a visit mid, 2v2.
Going a little ignite used
very
on
close.
Lee Sin, and he's gonna walk right out of that one.
Just enough mana to get the shield off there.
Energy, if you will.
Oh, it was a karma shield.
Oh, karma shield.
Yeah.
How do you think the champions actually like use that? If you will.
The energy or the mana?
Like both, really. Just like energy, like resources, basically.
The energy, I feel like, you know how like if you like lift a weight a lot, then your arms get tired, but then if you take a little break, you can do it some more.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's how I feel like it works. Definitely for Lee Sin, because he does do, you know, lifting, punching, kicking. Punching in this skin, kicking more usually.
I wonder if there's ever like a day like, you know, it's like his day like right after the gym, you know, at least he gets like talked in and like, no, you know, I'm too tired for this, dude, come on.
Oh no, I don't think Lee Sin skips leg day ever. Oh, we see him making a return trip to the bot side.
That's just an easy, quick kill onto the Nami.
Yeah, a clean condemn. Nami with no flash. walking along the wall. Can't really do anything there.
The Scion taking a lot of damage from the NAJs, and here comes Ranqe, and he's gone.
Let's see if he can get anything back with this passive. I'm just gonna choose to farm with it. I think that's probably the right choice.
Not much you could do there, like going after the champions.
There's just, you know, clean gank timing from Caleb. And, you know, Shyvana getting the kill there is definitely helpful for her, because she's really just the kind of jungler that needs money to get those stats to run over a game.
Lee finding Ranqe in a pretty awkward spot in his jungle, and he's just going to get out with flash down.
Actually, nope. Alright, yep. Nothing happens there. And, you know, Shyvana without her flash before she has her ult.
Scion ult coming out onto the NA Jace. Cute knockup. Lee, and he's gone.
Oh. And that, you know, that flash is a little rough to see.
Yeah.
You think that maybe he could have flashed the initial Scion ultimate if he was intending to flash there, but it is difficult to get away.
I assume he didn't realize that the Lee would be coming in to finish him off, if you will.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you get camped for, sometimes you get camped on.
Yeah.
And, you know, looking at the CS, you know, it's going pretty well for this Scion in the ranged versus melee matchup. You don't always expect to see it, but I do think that first blood has been helping him out a lot.
And surprisingly, the team that we, you know, memed on for being the super team, if you will. Oh, Caitlyn executing the Morgana there.
Yeah, you know, this lane, they poke you and they poke you. Morgana has no way to heal herself up like Nami does. And, you know, if you get too low, you're just gonna get taken out in one Caitlyn combo. It's really brutal. And you see they have, you know, 2 tower plates down after dying to the initial Lee Sin gank. It's really just difficult to play against as the Vayne. And, you know, you can't help but think that maybe James brought this on himself a little bit with the first pick.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't scout out this Caitlyn pick as well as they may have been able to.
Possibly not. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, this team that we, you know, memed on for being the super team going into this is actually, you know, got a little behind in this early game here.
Yeah. Down a couple kills, down a few hundred gold, not as much, not enough to be concerned about, but, you know, they're not as ahead as maybe they were hoping.
Yeah.
But, you know, their comp is gonna scale pretty well into the mid game. So I don't think that they're too worried about it.
Also, it's possible that our expectations should be a bit different, seeing as how we've had, you know, the roster swaps throughout the
yeah, these, you know, strategic roster swaps.
Yeah.
It's definitely difficult for Akali to get anything going versus this barrier Karma mid. And you would expect, you know, people pick Akali, they want Akali to carry, even now.
Yeah. Especially 9 minutes and 32 seconds in.
And everyone, you know, except for the supports, almost all ults are available, so you'd expect team fights to be a little more explosive now. Most summoners are back up from early fights, so I would expect the next, you know, skirmish or team fight we see to be pretty exciting. Shyvana starting the dragon here, trying to sneak it. Is spotted on a ward, but aside from Karma, I mean, his bot lane is entirely pushed in. I don't know that they can come and stop this, unless Karma can.
Don't mind me, folks.
Getting a little cheeky here.
Just got a quick bug splat. We'll get you right back into the game. For now, we can have just, you know, just a bit of a podcast, if you will.
Oh, Nami gets the dragon there. Dragon going over to the team whose name I have difficulty saying.
You know, we've gone from, you know, it's like watching it's like watching like a sport on like or like a NBA game on TV, and then you know, like seeing it visually and hearing those casters, and then just listening to the game like on the radio, like on the the AM channel.
Yeah, and I mean the radio just kind of allows you to use your imagination.
Yeah. You
darn millennials.
Yeah, you can pick out like what you think is happening, what you can imagine, and
like a lot of fighting maybe or
maybe a lot
of like explosive team fights and ganks. Just really like exciting, fun gameplay that you would love to be seeing.
Yeah, and now you will, because we're back into the game.
All right.
It's almost like nothing happened, if you will.
Yeah, we saw Jeff take his roam down here, use his ult here onto Lira, get the kill on that Caitlyn, but not before the Caitlyn got the trade kill off.
Smite comes out a bit early, and Nami secures the dragon.
Yeah, that was pretty intense. Bit of a clincher there for both junglers. Seems they both flubbed on their F keys a little. They do both have Smite on F. Maybe if they had it on a different key.
The correct key, if you will. For some people, the correct key.
You certainly could say that.
Yeah.
Where are we at in game time?
Game time, we are 11:09.
Okay.
Cyanol going a bit wide. Let's see, but it doesn't matter because she is now dead.
Cutting off escape routes.
Without flash, it's very much just a dead Caitlyn.
Yeah. Jeff, driving that bus right down into Lira. Really trying to flex his stuff here. Got the Sunfire completed, so we'll see what he can do on this Scion, who did get the first blood. The only tank in the game right now, as we see, Lee Sin did go for that Skirmisher's Warrior, and yeah, as we expected, the AP Shyvana. Caleb really getting a lot of farming done on this Shyvana, actually.
Up 10 CS, or actually 9 CS now.
And in the jungle, that's a lot more money than you expect.
Yeah.
Or it could be little raptors, who knows.
It's like when you go to say you're from America, right, and you go to a foreign country, it's like when you go to Japan and like their currency is like in the thousands. It's like, wow, that's a lot.
That's just 1,000. Oh, we see the Nami getting picked on a little bit with this 4-man team.
Ranqe coming in with his big fat ult. Miles finished that up.
Yeah, that's the first AP Shyvana ult you're seeing. We're really going to see the damage it does here now.
Very scrappy fight. Looking towards the way of the NA Super team. And
yeah, that Shyvana E, just absolutely massive damage with the Runic Echoes.
And it looks like they're poised to be taking down this bot turret, the last of this bot turret.
Yep, less than a minute on these turret plates, they finish them up. And looks like they are going to be able to get it, but not for free.
Not for free. Flash
Caleb
spent.
Really wanted that.
Flash spent to get away from the Morgana ult, who is now going to die to the Kali, who will then trade her life and flash the mastery symbol.
Flash the mastery! You don't get plays like that without Mastery 7 on Akali. But we see this Caitlyn in the mid lane making the most of the last 20 seconds and getting a couple more turret plates.
Just getting in that last bit of gold.
Yep. It's a lot of gold. You love to have turret plate gold on your Caitlyn. After she got, a lot of the turret plate gold in the bot lane too.
The phrase is, you hate to see it, but this time, you like to see it.
He's liking to see it.
Yeah.
I like to see it too. When someone gets their, their, whatever you would say, their pocket pick, their one trick banned away from them, sometimes, you expect them to hard int, but, this Shyvana and Caitlyn combo not doing too badly.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if the same picks get banned away next game. Oh.
Bane going in, getting the easy kill through the Nami ult.
Oh, and the condemn there. That was not how you wanted to position on the side of the. Oh.
Ranqe ult not gonna catch anyone,
but a lot of damage out of that AP Shyvana E on all 3 members.
But a trade kill coming out.
Yep, and a nice snipe, a nice roam from this Jace.
Yeah.
Jace did lose his top tower, but he's been able to push his wave pretty consistently.
And they're gonna get Rift Herald for that.
A quick pick up on the Rift Herald. Yeah. We'll have to see where they decide to put this going forward. The mid and bot outer turrets are still available.
Nami trying to be a little cheeky with that, not the bubble.
Getting some good vision in the jungle here. With the Cloud Drake up right now. Neither team really has a lot of vision around here. But now, Jace doing his part for the team. The supports noticing that there is a global objective available.
And they're going to be starting off this Wind Dragon.
Yeah. You know, Shyvana definitely highly encourages you to focus on the dragon. She has that new passive.
Sensational coming out. Going to be hitting on whoever that is. That is, I believe, a Holly. A little hard to see.
A nice Nami ult there.
The shutdown coming onto the Jace, the NA Jace, onto the Scion.
Yeah, that's 3-kill Scion. Not a huge shutdown, but not insubstantial. And this Jace is starting to look like he could be a bit of a menace in this game. Yeah. You know, 4 kills. Not the most CS, but not the least.
You know,
and, you know, we didn't really talk about it in Champs Select, but, you know, we expect Jace to be a split push, and I don't really know who they have on the Banditos that can answer a split pushing Jace.
I'm not, yeah, because if you send your Lee Sin up there, you lose map, or you lose, like, objective control. You send Vayne up there, they're just going to send the rest of your team and just
Vayne really wants to be piggybacking on these shield supports that she has, mid and support. So it's really going to be up to Jeff to make sure that this Jace can't get too out of control.
Yeah, you know, lock him down, strap him up. The rest of that saying.
The rest of the saying that is appropriate to say on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see, you know, here's the Jace again, drawing pressure to the top side, forcing the Scion to match him, when Scion would really love to be grouping with his ultimate right now.
Yeah. And because of that, they, Asobi Asobase just take a really quick and easy mid turret.
This easy turret demolition with the Caitlyn. Very difficult for them to get on her. Oh!
Ouch.
Nami found out again, and we're seeing, you know, this happening a lot. Nami really trying to secure vision for the team and just getting picked off by these Morgana bindings. Definitely on point today.
Yeah.
A lot of kill participation with this Morgana. We didn't talk much about, you know, these new Morgana changes, because really, there are no changes as of yet. They're, you know, Champion's not really different until level 16, so maybe we'll talk about it then.
Yeah. That is 9 plus 7 equals 16 levels away.
You know, these supports, classically lowest level in the game, so
Rift Herald coming
you may not see that. Oh yeah, Rift Herald summoned in mid.
Turret.
Clean current build. Won't get much more than that. Oh, ooh, the Morgana binding again on this Nami.
Ooh.
Now that's a play I'd flash a mastery for. Akali gets out of there.
And in the back end, in his own jungle, Lee Sin getting sniped out by the Caitlyn ult. Oh, NAJ's going down as well.
Yep.
Redemption coming out.
The Redemption rushed by no Morgana. We see the Ardent Sensor on the side of this Nami here. We haven't really seen the Ardent Sensor rush in a while.
Yeah.
But you know, when you have a Caitlyn, you definitely would love to be giving her that extra damage and attack speed.
Right.
And you know, it's not too bad on Jace or Shyvana either. But Ardent Sensor on Nami does force you to play a little differently to really be getting the most of that buff onto your team.
Speaking of more damage, we have an Infernal Dragon coming up in about 40 seconds here.
And these teams are really going to be fighting for the Infernal.
Right.
Every single member on both teams is trying to put out as much damage as they can.
It looks as if Asobi, Asobase, has taken the Rift Herald, or not Rift Herald, but the Scuttle.
Yeah, so they're gonna have, you know, uncontestable vision in this area. Oh, the teleport coming in from the Scion.
And the shutdown coming down onto the Vayne from the Akali. Ooh.
Yeah, Akali manages to find Vayne in the back lane there. She didn't have her Karma with her.
Another Mastery Flash, and it looks like this is what's gonna allow team...
A free Mountain Drake.
A free Mountain Dragon. For some reason.
And this is gonna be 2 Mountain Dragons with this Shyvana. This Caitlyn is gonna be looking really scary for...
The combo, oh my god. A combo
clean engage here. Ooh. And you know, without support, we could be looking at a quick mountain rush here. I mean, Baron rush here with the 2 mountains.
Yeah.
Shyvana does a lot of damage to neutral objectives. Kind of her specialty. Jeff going in to try to stop this Baron take.
But they just all sidestepped it.
He does give his life, but he does stop the mountain for the time being. Gives Vayne and Morgana time to respawn, and it looks like they're not going to be able to take the Baron here.
Q landing onto Nami, and she has to blow flash for that.
Clean bubble though. If that bubble doesn't land, she's doomed.
Yeah.
Well, instead of the Baron, they're going to take this top tower. A consolation prize. But you see, the counter push in the mid lane. So, you know, the Banditos aren't taking this line down. And they're forcing the recalls out of red team.
And now they're pushing on to this tier 2.
They will be able to get this tower.
Yeah.
So, you know, even trade here. Or maybe the inner middle is a little better than the outer top, honestly.
And if you notice, the Morgana Q just like completely making the Akali just play around it.
Yeah, we were talking about how these teams have a bit of a lack of hard CC, but if I didn't know better, I'd say this Morgana does have hard CC. These Qs are landing over and over again.
Go. Oh my god, a quick execute onto Nami.
This Dusk Blade on the Lee Sin, this full AD Lee Sin is absolutely making this Nami have a very bad game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if she was asking to be allowed to play League of Legends. Just kicked in the head over and over again.
Man, we said that it was the protected double F comp. It might just be the protect the Dexter comp here. Oh my god.
This is a lot of damage out of the Lee Sin. But we're gonna have to see if he can get onto some more priority targets.
Yeah.
Nami on the 8 death special is not exactly who he wants to be focusing at this point.
Yeah, there's a bit more choice picks. You know, maybe possibly the 3 middle people.
Yeah, if you can get onto that Caitlyn, or execute the Akali before she can make any
Sensational
plays.
Coming out. Everyone's just gonna walk around it.
Yeah, they do walk around, but a nice counter engage out of this Nami ult, this Shyvana dashing in. That's a clean ace for the red team, but not Banditos.
And it looks like that's just going to be a really easy Baron.
Yeah, that's a free Baron for the red team. And they can reset here, spend all the gold they get from the Baron and these kills, and as we said before, the split push Jace, now with the Baron buff, going to be very hard for the Banditos to answer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them pushing double inhibs by the time this Baron is over.
Right. And you know, the graphic is telling me that it's another Infernal Blast. Check. Oh, it's a
cloud.
It's a cloud.
So, you know, we would be expecting the red team to probably be getting this dragon for free as well because of the push they're going to be getting off these Baron waves. But, you know, could be worse for the Banditos.
Ooh, the red buff steal coming out for the NAJ.
Sniped out? Yep.
Sniped.
They're just not letting them have anything now. And they kind of can't say no, these poor Banditos. If they get into a fight against this Baron buff team, up, you know, 6,000 gold now on some pretty powerful items for their champions. It'd be difficult to really fight them. We haven't really checked in on the items builds lately. We do see, you know, the Morello and the Nashers coming out for this full AP Shyvana. Gonna be a lot squishier than most Shyvanas that you have seen in the past, but a whole lot of damage with that ultimate.
Yeah.
And the Trinity Force for the Akali. You know, we usually see the Hex Tech, the Gunblade on Akali, but
a little different, you know, now that, you know, they have changes to Akali. Maybe this is, you know, what they've decided, hey, this is what we should, this is what I'm
Yeah, this is a lot more of a sort of a bruiser build for the Akali.
Right.
Maybe recognizing that the team has very little actual tankiness and would rather not get popped instantly.
It reminds me of when Nidalee first got changed, so that instead of building, you know, the typical like AP items,
classic bruiser Nidalee top.
Yeah, bruiser Nidalee top.
Definitely a fun build. Nidalee banned in this game.
Yeah, Nidalee banned this game, so we won't be seeing that one this game.
I doubt we'll be seeing it in this series with how well known that pick is for Ranqe.
Yeah.
Ranqe sus Caleb, his full name.
And you know what? Let's take a look at the red side, spawning platform really quickly.
Yep.
We see, you know, these.
You know, sometimes the ping, you know, just 60 ping, 70 ping, infinity ping, because you disconnected.
Yeah. You know, it's like.
Or, you know, maybe giving them a little handicap.
Yeah, you know, it's like, oh, we're just winning a bit too much, you know? It's like.
Or, you know, maybe someone on the Banditos is pulling a bit of a Jensen.
Maybe. Oh, maybe that was the it was a bit of like an inside job, if you will.
If you will, you know. I don't know that that is against the rules in AWG. I have never read the rule book. Can you speak to that, Andrew? Illegal or okay?
You know, I'm all for free speech, you know, but you know, gun to my head, I would say, you know what, you do you. But
yeah, you gotta chase your bliss in 2019, you know.
You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you just gotta be like, hey, you know, find out the competition, you know.
I mean, it's just a friendly competition.
You know.
Being down a member does not seem to be affecting them very much, in any case. I'm not even sure that Banditos have noticed. Clean pick onto this Morgana.
Without
she does hit the binding again, but sometimes you bait yourself on those ones.
Yeah, yeah.
So probably losing this Jace while the Baron buff is on does stop their split push, which I'm sure the Banditos will be happy about. They are still pushing down on this turret.
We seem to be having back in the team.
A reconnection here. We'll see when he actually gets started moving.
Ooh, teleport coming out.
Getting right back into the game. Almost like he was never gone.
Yeah. You know, he was just off farming jungle. Yeah.
Now that we see, you know, this 5v5, the Pope comp that the red team has put together is really starting to illuminate. You know, this Jace, this AP Shyvana, this Caitlyn with her Qs is really making it difficult. Really making this siege a pain in the ass,
and look,
if you will pardon my French.
Yeah, and just like look at all the bounties on their team.
Yeah, these red team members are walking paydays, but only if you can catch them.
Vayne almost taking out the
very
AFK,
close. If they can save her from the very strong Akali.
And the Akali going down, that's a lot of gold.
That's a shutdown onto Lee Sin. Lee Sin currently one of the strongest members on his team.
The Dragon Breath just annihilating the Vayne though.
So much damage comes out of this AP Shyvana. I wouldn't be sad if Riot deleted it from the game.
And pardon my French, but
that is what they say.
That is what they say in France. I've been there. That's what they say.
Ooh, the bind under tower. They managed to take the tower down though, and Caitlyn turning this around before the second tick of that Morgana ult can even pop. Good peel out of the Nami, and keeps Caitlyn alive even after she gets bound under tower.
And this should just be like an easy inhib thing.
Pretty free inhib here.
And that's all they're gonna go for right now.
Yep,
Dragon is online, and it is another
mountain.
mountain.
Final dragon. 3 mountains.
3 mountains.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them rushing right for Baron after this.
Yeah.
The amount of that classic Nami pick off by the Lee Sin. Lee Sin is really keeping them in this game with those picks. But I mean, honestly, I would start to wonder, be a little concerned about when this full AD Lee Sin starts to fall off.
You know, maybe it looks like he's just having, you know, sushi night. Looks like a sushi night for him, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. What type of fish do you think Nami is?
She's like a green one.
Like a
trout, I guess.
Like a trout, maybe?
I think a trout is green, right?
So, what do you think that would? Pardon my French, but what do you think that would taste like? No homo.
I mean, I guess a white fish, you know,
like a
like
white
a
fish.
tilapia,
Okay.
like a halibut kind of thing.
Okay. Now, would that? I feel like that just seems a bit like unethical, to be honest. But anyways.
I mean, I would not kill and eat Nami. No.
Yeah. Let's take that one out of context, and it turns a bit weird. But here we go. Another fight go breaking out.
A clean engage out of the Scion, but a strong disengage, re-engage, however you want to call it, from this side of the Nami and Shyvana. Shyvana huge in this team fight now. Pretty much unstoppable. Nothing left but this Vayne here, and without their Lee Sin, looks like, yeah, this is just going to be a free Baron for the red team.
Yeah.
Vayne on wave clear duty. That is not the duty that you want your Vayne to be on. I'd rather have my Vayne on, you know, kill the enemy duty, but she hasn't been very lucky with that in this game. Lira solo pushing this with this Baron buff now. Lira and... Alright, they're gonna back off a little bit. Gonna get the most out of this Baron, go back, spend their gold, come back, and now that they have their Jace with this Baron buff, they can really exert this split pressure. 1 inhib down, and 2 inhib towers for the taking.
And if you're Team Banditos or Banditos, what do you think their game plan is to get back into this game?
I think they really have to be looking for the picks at this point, because it seems like they've gotten a few good engages out of this Scion, and they've just not been going their way. The team fight is just not working out for them right now. They really need to be, looking for these picks onto the Nami, sure, onto the Caitlyn preferably, out of Lee Sin, and just really trying to stop this the pressure.
And that's just the mid-turret.
Yeah, looks like they're just going to give it up. They know that they can't contest this in team fight. They're looking for a little bit of a better option, it would seem.
And it looks like red team, or Asobi Asobase is just poised to go in for the kill here.
Yep. We see the Chevron ult coming out. She's a big old dragon. Okay, they get the shutdown out of this Caitlyn. That's really nice, but it might be just a little bit too late. Shyvana slamming away on there.
And that's game.
Yep. That's game 1. GG's in the chat. So I expect we're going to be seeing some innovations from both teams here going into game 2. Because, it wasn't a straight up stomp on the side of the red team, the red side. They were struggling in their early game, and I think if they can get it going again like that, the Banditos have a chance to take game 2. But yeah, might expect to see a little more engaged CC opportunities out of the Banditos. The Lee Sin did have a lot of damage, was getting a lot of picks, but wasn't really able to be operating in the team fights. And that was where Asobi were really shining this game.
Wait, is that how you spell it? Is that how you say it?
I believe that is how you say it.
I wasn't really too sure how to say it.
I don't think anyone is.
That's just the way it is sometimes,
Sometimes? Yep. Alright, so gonna be taking a little intermission between games here? Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Stick around, everyone. We have another set of games coming up. This is a best of 3 after all.
Best of 3, yep.
And yeah, stick around. We'll be right back. And you know what? I think I hear something. You hear something, Kadar?
Yeah. What is that?
I think it's telling me to give me a fat. Welcome back, everyone. We're back from a little break. And yeah, it was just How would you describe that game, Kadar?
I would say it was well played from both sides. Everyone played their heart out, and I expect to see both teams making some very intelligent changes to their choices and playing very well again.
Yeah. We're just waiting. Now
yeah, the 5-minute break between games for avoid pants poop.
Yeah. Maybe we have like one of those. We have another one of those analysts, that we can, call upon to give us a bit more insight into that game. What do you think?
I'd love to have some insight.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. So let's hear it from our analyst, Wristman. Welcome to the desk. How are you feeling, man?
Hello. Very happy to be here. Excited after that first game. Didn't go the way I expected, but it was pretty close for a really long time.
Ooh. So how were you expecting it to go?
I kind of expected bot lane to go the way that it usually goes. Nami against Morgana, especially in this case with a Caitlyn on Nami's side, usually Nami Caitlyn should smash this lane. Like, you have a Morgana, you have the spell shield. Unless you put multiple points into your spell shield, it's gonna very easily proc with just a W from Nami. So you have level 6. If Morgana tries to fight at all, they're just gonna proc the spell shield with a W. They're gonna hard CC her. They're gonna kill her. She didn't even have a Zhonya's, so she was somehow she didn't really get punished too much. But I think a big problem in this game also was the Lee Sin that just completely popped off, just started one-shotting everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been a Nami like that in a scenario like that. Not a very fun game to play.
It doesn't feel good, yeah.
A W is a W.
Yeah. I mean, in these cases, I'm a huge fan of Zhonya's Rush. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think she went Zhonya's. I don't think she had stopwatch, which was also the case for Morgana, which I found very interesting. She was caught in a lot of situations where maybe having that extra protection could lead to a bit of an advantage in a team fight.
Mm-hmm. We did see those team fights being a very big part of who won the game. Didn't really see any split push coming out or any really macro plays besides 5v5s.
Indeed, yeah. And then we have most team fights. Early on, Lee Sin just started to jump in, just kill someone, usually Nami, but at some point, Lee Sin kind of does fall off, so it is not really that easy to continue this early game domination later on in the game when everyone is grouped. So you really have to rely on a mistake from the enemy team in order to really make use of this Lee Sin play, unless you somehow pull off some insane play kicking the important person into this team.
Mm-hmm. We didn't really see any insect plays coming out of that Lee Sin, which is maybe what we would have needed for him to get back in.
Usually his kick just killed, so yeah.
Definitely didn't see any of those Ine plays when he was playing on the AWG 2018 Invitational, which featured Team Isabella versus Team Carter back in the day. Maybe we should take another look at that clip. What do you guys think?
It's a pretty important
clip.
Pretty important clip. Let's take another look at it.
I think that NA historically has struggled to be aggressive.
He is in the chat.
Oh, hey, here he is.
The man, the myth, the legend.
I personally don't think that this was the biggest play coming out of an AWG yet, but it's definitely an impressive play.
Definitely not one of the biggest plays.
There's one
very death sentencey play.
Death sentences were handed out.
Yeah, death sentences were handed out. Went one way, ended up going another way. That's how it is.
That's how it works in the USA.
Yeah.
sometimes the person that actually was aimed for doesn't end up receiving the death sentence.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. It's a metaphor. So, what are we thinking we're gonna see the Lee Sin picked again?
I could totally see them going for this again. It worked really well, and maybe the opponents either they're gonna ban it or they're gonna adjust to it. Like, there are ways you can play around Lee Sin so he doesn't go 11 and 2. We also saw he went full 80, which I found very interesting. He rushed the Duskblade, which means
I think that
if you get caught in some way and
has
if you're a
struggled to be
squishy target,
aggressive.
you're just gonna be exploded by him. And I would think that it's not gonna work like this in the next game.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd definitely like to see that
I
Lee
think that
Sin
NA
maybe
historically has struggled to be aggressive.
adjusted for by both teams. Because we did see Lee Sin making a lot of good picks, and his team not really able to do a lot with it. And then, you know, Lee Sin eventually does fall off.
Yeah, at some point you just... Alright, you might be able to one-shot the support, but you usually trade your own life for it, and then it's no jungler who has 11 kills or whatever against a support that got picked, so which means the advantage in a team fight is probably on the other side.
Once we saw the gold on that Shyvana doing a lot in the games.
And speaking of games, we are now going back into lobby.
Or not.
Oh, or not. Never mind. Ooh, we seem to be missing a few key members of the team.
Oh, it was blind pick.
Oh. Oh, whoops.
Can you change that, or do we need to make a new lobby?
Oh, this is a little awkward. And now what is this?
Small indie company.
Small indie company.
It's a very small company. But, you know, the hearts are big. And that's what really matters.
You know, small indie companies, sometimes it's like, you can't just change the way a custom lobby works, you know?
You do need to make a new lobby.
You have to make a new lobby every time. You know,
you make the right one at the start, but...
You know,
wait, do you have to make a new lobby?
Yeah, it is how it is, and sometimes that's just the way it is, you know? That one song that, you know, you know that song, right?
Everybody makes mistakes?
Not that one. It's... How does it go, actually? How do you... Wristman, you're from, you're not from America. Do you know the song?
Do you know any songs?
Do you know any songs whatsoever?
Give me a fat beat.
Give me a fat
beat. Are you referring to that one?
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people know
Always
that
look on the bright side of life.
Yeah.
You can't always get what you want. There are a few regretful songs that are very fitting here.
Yeah, you know, it is how it is, I guess.
Does be like that?
It really do be like that sometimes.
It looks like these players are raring to go. We're really filling up the lobby quick this time.
You know, after that little bit of, you know, after a very intense
game.
Yeah, after a very intense, you know, game one, you know, they're rearing up to, you know, get that last statement of like, hey, you know what, let's either cement this win or, you know, let's try to prove ourselves again.
Yeah, let's really
prove ourselves, you know, as the better team. So what do you have to say about this, Wristman? What do you think their game plan is? Both teams' game plan is going into this one?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I feel like it was very close for a very long time. I think we had a few hundred goals difference 20 minutes in. So I feel like it kind of worked on both sides. Though you would think that if you have like a Lee Sin, you're trying to really dominate early game, which he did. But yeah, we'll see. I feel like maybe the Lee Sin might be taken care of. I have seen some comments from players that have openly talked about after the game about some of the picks that they were unhappy with. There were some complaints about Shyvana being annoying to play against, so perhaps we are going to see a change of that, maybe a ban.
Yeah, when I play against Shyvana, I definitely do ban her next game.
Yeah. Especially if they're on the enemy team.
Yeah.
But, you know, looking at the, and especially here, looks like Asobi, Asobase. Is that how it's spelled?
I got a secret DM from one of the players says, Asobe.
Asobe. You know, they've elected to select blue side for this game. So, you know, that's like a first pick right there. So it looks like it's up to Banditos to really ban out these champions so that they can take away these power picks here.
Yeah, grabbing the first pick is going to force the Banditos to ban all 3 pocket picks in the first round.
Yeah.
If they don't want to get it first pick. But, you know, if I were playing against Caleb, I would not want to play against an Italy.
Yes, especially against Ranqe.
And, you know, the Ezreal in this meta, a strong champion. So, kind of spooky to play against an Ezreal main too. But definitely easier to play around than just a hard carry like that Shyvana was in the team fights last game. Is this lobby starting or what?
I don't know.
Why aren't you the party owner?
I don't know. Oh, it's because like when you're spectating, it's.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, here we go. Basically, when you spectate, you can't be party leader. Yeah, small indie company. You know what I'm saying? Lucian ban coming out for Asobi.
And you know the team playing against the team without the pocket picks, without the one tricks, they have a little more freedom in their bans.
Yeah.
They really don't want to see. The Vayne last time did almost manage to pop off, and you got to think that with a strong laning AD carry like Lucian, he might be able to put the team on his back. So they're gonna take that away.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a very good bot lane performance by Team Banditos, since it is not a favorable matchup to play Vayne into Nami Caitlyn.
Oh yeah.
So it was impressive that they managed to not just get absolutely smashed here.
Yeah, and we are going to see that suspected Shyvana ban coming out. Shyvana AP, I don't know why Riot has it in the game. Yeah, so very strong AD carry focus coming out from Asobe.
Oh, and
they really don't want James to pop off.
Yeah, and
3 AD carry bans.
And the Shyvana and Caitlyn being taken away from Asobi. Really don't want a repeat of game 1.
Wonder at this point it really makes sense to early pick an AD carry to just make sure you have a top tier champion. Because at some point you're just gonna run out of AD carries. That's the problem here. Maybe they're actually trying to once again bait them into the Vayne.
Could see a
Especially since they banned Caitlyn too. So it's like, hey, we banned what you picked last time. We're gonna pick the same champion again that we did well in a lane that was not in our favor. So maybe a little hint to the other team to, hey, maybe you should pick Vayne here.
Yeah.
They are gonna force Lira onto a new champion here. But James is going to take the Vayne again, but this time with the Nami for more survivability in lane.
Yeah. They saw how well the Nami did, you know, in the laning phase with the Ardent Sensor, healing up the Caitlyn, you know, just constantly just like, you know, healing and dealing damage.
Yeah, Nami can cover for the weaknesses of almost any AD carry, honestly.
Yeah.
Very strong laning support.
And I think this is also exactly why we see an early pick Nami together with the Vayne. Because Nami, like you said, is really able to bring Vayne through that usually pretty bad laning phase He has short range, so having a Nami on your side makes it really easy to just not get out-traded and also be able to maybe poke back a little bit because of the CC and the enhanced auto attacks provided by your support.
Interestingly enough, actually, with these 380 carry bans, they've let Asobi has left up the brand.
Oh yeah.
That is true.
But it looks like he's just going to go back to
goes for the karma again. We're seeing a lot of the same champions from the last game. Right. Both teams apparently, you know, pretty happy with the pick ban that they managed to get.
Yeah.
Not making too many changes. We do see Caleb going onto the Graves. Another really strong, like, DPS from the jungle champion. Not a lot of CC, not a lot of tankiness, but a lot of damage. Really able to run through a team fight.
The
Draven ban really makes sense. Draven classically seen as a strong counter to Vayne.
Yeah.
And definitely would be able to one-shot a Nami too.
If I was Asobi Asobi, I would probably put some attention towards the top lane now, just to make sure that they don't really have that top tier top lane tank they have in the top lane. Because they already show, okay, they have a squishy support, they have a pretty squishy mid laner. So you kind of want to be making sure that you don't have this, maybe this Scion or whoever Jeff is really comfortable on it. He also is kind of like having a bad time. We see another 80 carry ban coming out.
Lira is down to bottom of the barrel here for 80
At this
carries.
point, I'm really wondering what is left.
We might see some kind of
maybe something like this.
Cheeky pocket pick coming out.
Jinx, still a possibility.
Jinx is still available. But without a lot of like strong support or tank, Jinx might have a little bit of a hard time against this Vayne.
I really want to see a Thresh coming out of Asobi Asobi here. Maybe together with something like a Tristana. Tristana Thresh, usually very good at just hard engaging level 2. Thresh against Nami can really go both ways. I would think that it usually depends on what 80 carry is on Nami's side. It is usually very easy to punish Thresh if he goes for a play and misses the hook, but if you don't really have that much early game damage, then it is hard to just kill him. And if you have an aggressive 80 carry with Thresh, you can kind of just jump in there. And there is the Tristana.
Ooh, it looks like they heard you.
They heard me, but there was not much
they did not hear him on this one.
Oh wait, no.
The Pike coming out, that is also interesting.
This team comp is all damage, all team fight, all the time. This is pretty scary.
No tanks. Thresh would have also provided a bit of tankiness, maybe some more CC, like somewhat lacking right now.
Just a lot of damage, you know, really good skirmishing team. Probably going to be able to get some picks. You know, we don't see the Morgana this time. Morgana usually defends the Vayne a little more strongly.
Yeah, I believe they just want to go for Vayne. They just want to take Vayne out, and then, well, they have the Karma. Pretty sure he went for more of a supporty build. Then there's the Nami left. Those two aren't really gonna do that much once Vayne is dead. But if they're not able to get to Vayne, they're really gonna have a hard time with no tanks. They're just gonna melt probably.
We do see the Talia jungle. We haven't seen this pick in a while in you know, top tier play. But she was considered a very strong jungler for a long time until damage to camps was reduced.
Yes, I'm kind of surprised seeing this after we've seen this very good performance on this super aggressive bruiser full AD Lee Sin jungle. I would have expected something similar to that, maybe something that's really looking to 1v1 early on.
Yeah, maybe Xin Zhao, Camille, something like that. But we do see the Talia.
Exactly.
Maybe they were worried about too much AD damage, but you know, Vayne doesn't usually have a problem with that.
We're gonna see how this works out. Maybe, hell yeah, a bit of a pocket pick perhaps. It is not a bad champion. You still, if you end up getting a pick, maybe on something like a Pike that is maybe too far ahead, trying to get a pick in, you just land a W and Pike is pretty dead.
Yeah, no tanks on
and that kind of
Asobi
works
again.
with everything. Yeah, so you don't really have a front line that can just ignore Talia's damage. If she lands an ability, that person is in big trouble.
Knowing the tank of her millions of Qs. So they are looking a little stronger in the team fights this time. Correctly identified that weakness in their last comp. So
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. There's no real peel for this AD carry either on Asobi, Asobase
no exhaust from this Nami, going for the Ignite for lane presence.
One thing of note that we kind of skipped over, the Lee Sin was banned out by Asobi. You know, basically it really shows that they respect the Lee Sin, you know, seeing how much damage he did in that previous game.
They didn't have a very fun time against that Lee Sin.
The support especially.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But also, one thing that we once again see that wasn't touched at all, like they banned a lot of AD carries. They made sure they knew that James is once again probably gonna play Vayne. But something that they didn't touch at all was the top laner. They just let Sion go through once more. They let Karma go through once more. They even didn't ban Bobby's usual go-to pick with Brand, which they banned last game. So they were like basically saying, hey, we don't care about what you do, we don't care about what you do mid or top. We're just gonna focus AD carry, we're gonna focus jungle, because this is what really gave us problems last game. Something that is hard to fix.
Yeah.
So they just let them do the same thing as before, and I'm just not scared of it at all.
Yeah.
We did see Jeff and Bobby laning pretty well, but they didn't seem to be able to translate it into the mid to late game team fights. So maybe, you know, maybe they can step it up and improve that, or maybe this is a good risk by the Asobi.
Yeah, it is definitely a risky team comp, but
Oh yes.
if they really get going, then it can definitely work out. But at some point, you know, you're gonna have a Sion who's gonna be a pretty tanky guy. He can just go for a lot of armor. He's gonna block a lot of damage coming in towards him. And if you're not able to take him down at some point, then they're gonna be in trouble, because they're not just gonna be able to ignore him and just kill everyone. But you have a strong protector for this Vayne. You have a Nami, you have a Karma. If they don't get to Vayne, they lose.
Yep. Thank you for your guest analysis, Dennis.
Very much welcome. I'm looking forward to this game.
Yep. It's do or die time for Team Banditos. If they lose here, they just lose, basically the whole thing.
The big L.
Big L. But if they manage to pull out the win here, they will be tied up 1-1, and will be going on to a game 3.
I think we'd all love to see a game 3.
Yeah, you know, it's like the previous AWGs have all pretty much gone to like a 2-0. You know, so it'd be nice to change the pace to see like a win here.
Yeah. We'll have to see. We did see that cheeky invade in level 1 in the last game. We'll have to see if the teams learned anything from that, or if there see some pings coming out.
Looks like they are going to be trying to do the same tactic, trying to get a level 1 invade here.
It looks like they're invading on opposite sides. Ships in the night here.
Yeah.
We could be seeing some of that vertical jungling, so popular in high tier play. But Talia really needs her blue buff to clear the jungle.
Yeah.
Both teams gonna find nothing.
It's almost as if Bandito said, you know, we invaded their blue side. Let's invade their blue side again, but they're on the opposite side. And yeah,
looks like Talia's starting the red here. Could be a sign of hoping to get a cheeky bot gank after a clear, or could be hoping to steal away the blue for the enemy team.
So anyways, as we get into this game, be sure to tweet or chat in Twitch chat who you think is
don't tweet it.
Oh, don't tweet it. Don't do it. We don't want those people here. Make sure to tweet out or type in Twitch chat hashtag lowercase a uppercase a win or hashtag BDS win for Asobi Asobase win or Bandito win respectively. A pike.
Oh, strong collapse onto Caleb here.
Oh.
Forced to blow the flash. Get away from that glacial shift? No, I don't know what the ability is called.
A lot of damage coming onto the pike here, and ooh, first blood coming out.
We're seeing some good damage out of this Vayne, out of this jungle Talia. Yeah. So they managed to pick up the better of that little skirmish. And the first blood onto the Vayne doesn't hurt either. Yeah. This Vayne that we were talking about, you know, it's supremely important that she be able to carry. And I mean, 2 kills before 3 minutes is not going to hurt her ability to carry.
Yeah, and the 450 gold bounty is definitely going to incentivize, you know, Ranqe and the rest of Asobi to try to secure that. Secure the bag, if you will.
I would expect them to be hard focusing this Vayne, no matter how much gold she's worth.
Yeah, just trying to make sure that she doesn't ever get online.
You see the Vayne with the Doran's shield start here, along with the Nami, really looking for survivability in lane.
Really expecting a lot of damage to be taken, or expecting a lot of damage to be taken on her.
Very half-hearted gank from the Talia there, just throws out her W and skates away.
Well, you know, it's just like one of those nothing ganks, if you will. You know, it's just like, you know, you're just up there to like apply pressure and just, you know.
Making sure, you know, maybe scatting for a counter gank, because the Vayne is pushed pretty far up with no flash. You don't want to see Graves poke his head out.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
Oh, you would hate to see it.
A lot of damage being taken by the Scion here, by the NAJS.
We saw Scion did pretty well in the matchup in the first game, but he did have the luxury of first blood. This time, looks like he's having a little more difficulty. We'll have to see if either of them learned anything from the initial matchup. Jungler's hovering around mid.
Ooh. Ranqe coming in for the game. Just gonna drop a smoke bomb onto him, do a bit of damage onto Karma. And
oh!
Ranqe getting knocked back by the Talia.
Yeah, the Talia W and her E do a lot of damage, even in the early game.
Yeah.
And Graves without his flash, without his little dash, no real way to get out of it. And that's a nice counter game.
And now he's going to be
kill onto the Talia.
And now the Talia will be taking away the Raptors here.
Counter gank into counter jungle.
Yeah.
And you just know that Caleb is not having a good time now.
Yeah.
Graves is absolutely dependent on his farm being able to do a lot of damage, and if he can't, then he's in big trouble.
Ranqe looking into trying to get something here.
Vayne tumbling in, trying to save his jungler.
But Ranqe just getting taken down because of it.
Back-to-back deaths.
Rough start for Ranqe here.
Very, very rough.
The passive damage just coming onto the Lira.
Oh yeah.
Tristana, oof.
Yeah, Tristana, usually pretty strong early game AD carry. Good push, good all-in potential, but against this Nami, having a lot of difficulty. Especially after his support had to base there in the skirmish. We might see Vayne getting the turret point here.
Yeah.
Not a sentence you say often.
Nami pick really working really well for the for the Vayne here. Really nice pickup.
Yeah. Definitely helping out the... I guess it seems to be the star of the team for the Banditos. James on this vein. Really crossing their fingers for the hard carry here. And, you know, starting out 3-0 is a good way to carry.
Yeah. We're 7 minutes into this game 2 of the AWG 2019 Spring Sensational, live from Disney World.
We are at Disney World.
We are at Disney World.
I saw Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. He actually just walked by, actually. We're not going to ask him to come say anything, because, you know, it's kind of weird, but...
He's busy.
He's a busy mouse, you know.
He's a busy mouse.
You think he run... you know, running the kingdom and stuff. Wait, does he actually run the kingdom, or is that like...
He does in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Kingdom Hearts 3, now available. Be sure to pick it up for the... Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait, they didn't?
No.
Oh, I thought they did.
No.
Oh, whoops. Disregard what I just said. Do not buy Kingdom Hearts 3 out for the PlayStation
the bubble
right now.
landing onto the Pike here. Pike going in hard.
Ooh.
Been using the flash there to get that kill off before Pike can get his regen health. I mean, this bot lane is a little bit night and day from the last game.
Yeah. And it looks like the Talia
really
is positioning.
Looking for the dive in this vein. Taking tower aggro, but Talia able to get the kill easily, and they're going to get even more turret plates here. Or not.
Very good.
Graves here going around. Yep. Great start. And, you know, as long as they're... All they want their solo lanes to do here is, you know, go even, don't feed the carries that they're laying against, and put their big shields on in the team fight.
Smite coming out for Talia onto the little scuttle guy.
Yep. Again, we have the slowy smite for Talia and the red smite for Graves. Graves looking to duel, Talia looking for picks. So they kind of had a little bit of a fight over that first dragon, but it is a cloud dragon, so no one's willing to lose their life over it quite yet. Akali has been getting some good damage onto Karma, but with the barrier here, I really don't expect her to be dying in a 1v1 anytime soon, which is very frustrating for Akali. Speaking of 1v1s, we do see Sion taken very low.
Ooh.
That flash Q does not hit, and Sion gets away safe.
Yeah, just slipping out, you know? Going back to base. Lumberjack.
Both flashes expended by top laners, though, so we could expect junglers to be paying this top lane a visit anytime soon.
Actually, Ranqe taking a quick visit to top lane right now, actually.
Just helping his top laner get his back timing off. He hasn't been back to base yet, I don't believe. Or no, once, but again. Maybe take a cheeky turret plate here. Caleb a little bit behind on the farm that he
bot lane, here we go. Talia coming out, condemning into the Talia ult wall. Just
that's
clean.
A fun combo.
Yeah.
Very clean.
Very clean
and,
kill.
You know,
and Lira almost going down here.
Forcing the ult out of Tristana, and this could be first tower pretty easily. Caleb only managing to get one turret plate off of top. They need one more wave if they have it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
they greed for this tower. There's no one to stop them. They know that the enemy jungler is topside. Yeah, this is just going to be first tower gold to Vayne. We'll see if they give her all of it. No, looks like split evenly. It's a lot of money on this Vayne.
Yeah.
We have her already on the Bork. Probably going to be going for crit item next. These longsword. Oh, this Pyke having a hard time.
You hate to see it.
Similar to the last game, we saw the Nami having a hard time, and now the Pyke is getting a bit bullied here. The 0 and 4, not usually what you want to see on Pyke, unless you are a player who hates Pyke, like most should.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is everything that the Asobi team has been trying to do has just not been working out for them.
Akali nearly going down from that.
Yeah.
Q.
Akali hard bullied.
And top lane here, the gank by the Vayne.
The Vayne gank, the quick condemn on this only member of the Asobi team who is really outperforming significantly, now taken down pretty unceremoniously there.
Really wanting to get this NAJS to be the other type of NAJS.
We saw one kind, now another.
Yeah. It looks like your team just...
Ooh, we do see Caleb managing to steal that dragon. Pays his life, but... And it is a Cloud Dragon, but he does get the dragon,
and a Tristana ult there. Oh.
Tristana's jump, I assume, on cooldown. Looks like they were trying to sneak that dragon.
They managed to sneak the dragon, but at the cost of both of their lives. Akali trying to go in on the Talia. She's gonna get it.
Akali does get the kill. The Triumph heals her up a little bit. Lion not able to find it. He has to turn around to help his Karma.
Bobby found in a pretty awkward position. Ooh. But
the flash out of Pyke does get the kill, and he does have this blast pennant to try to get away, but Sion not really giving him the option. He will have his dash back up soon to get over the wall. Yep, Pyke's gonna get away. He's a slippery little boy.
Yeah.
A lot of turret plates on the top side again for this Vayne, right before the turret plates time out. 3 more, and this Vayne is absolutely loaded.
And just now turret plates have fallen.
1, 2, 3. Oh, another strong condemn out of this Vayne. Absolutely devastating.
Unstoppable.
I would say it too.
Yeah.
Thanks, announcer. She's so wise.
Maybe
Rift Herald.
Maybe we should get the maybe we should get the announce related to cast for the games one time or one day. What do you think?
I mean, if she's gonna take my job, I would say no. But she's just
oh no, she'll take my job.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay. Oh, canceling Tristana's jump here with the Sion ult, and closing off all escapes with the Talia wall. The 1v1 of Sion versus Tristana is surprisingly Sion favored here. He just needs one more.
Ranqe just
slow and...
actually just getting out of that, you know, just by the skin of his teeth there. Ooh.
Trying to come save his AD carry, ended up almost dying himself, and the Sion 1v1s the Tristana. You hate to see that.
You hate to see it, honestly. I'd just like to make a note that I saw in Twitch chat, apparently 2 members of Asobi have their mics muted in Discord. Team chat.
Sometimes, you know, you have to know yourself, know your own mentality, know what's gonna help you play best. Sometimes you just, you know, you need to mute, avoid the tilt, and you know, it's a smart play, if that's what you need.
Pyke trying to get something going here, but just gets destroyed by the Vayne and everyone else.
Really almost caught that Nami out, but the flash into the ult is enough to save her and get the return kill.
Really rough game.
Meanwhile, Tristana solo pushing this top lane. Tristana, absolute tower demolitionist, is her given legal name.
Yeah.
So she is gonna get this top tower, but she has some friends coming that are not really her friends.
You know, it's gonna be tough to try to see how she tries to get out of this, but
that's not the way I would have tried. But
and apparently Ranqe goes down. Oh, a question mark thing coming out
from his team. Yes, and that is going to be a pretty easy Rift Herald for the Banditos here. This game looking a lot different than the previous game. It's you know, a pretty even early game. But this game is just almost devastating for Asobi.
You have to wonder if Banditos actually are employing the pay the enemy team off real quick with how Asobi is playing this game compared to game 1.
Just, yeah, a lot of unlucky events coming out for their poor jungler. He got 2 very targeted bans, and you have to wonder if this Graves is something that he's really confident on, because it hasn't been looking it, I have to say.
You know how the meme is paid by Steve? Maybe this one is paid by Jeff. I
did hear Jeff got a new job.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't think Jeff doesn't have to pay to win.
Yeah.
Jeff is a stand-up guy.
Yeah, this is a free-to-play game. Why would you have to pay to win?
We see the Banditos grouping up for this Ocean Drag. They don't have their jungler right on the drag right now. Caleb is behind the pit. Maybe he looks for a steal. Doesn't manage it, and fails the ult back over the wall. Taken down quick, but the flash over from the Vayne. Really Vayne spotting here. Oh, I spot her alright.
Yeah.
That's a big shutdown for this Pyke. Pyke not even on one item yet. And the quick all chat from Vayne. My autos want to go off or what? That's sarcasm, I believe.
Oh, what makes you say that?
I'm an expert in all forms of comedy.
Oh, okay.
Rift Herald summon mid, gonna easily get this tower for the Banditos, and probably one more little charge. I don't know if they'll be able to get the entire tower. They don't have a wave anymore.
Yeah, a tier 2 turret, and then also half of the inhib turret. Pretty nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to get some outside
leaving
damage.
Jeff behind a little bit here. He is looking quite tanky. Vayne's back in the game here. And then Talia wall to support Jeff. You know, we see this talk of these like semi-global ultimates from teams like Talia, and really able to support her team there, even though she was pushing bot lane. She gets the ult out, saves Jeff. Jeff completely fine now. And
Akali nearly
gonna get this in yet.
Yes,
this Akali. Akali, same build as last time. This semi-bruiser Akali, but not doing as well as last time at all. Team Banditos has full control of the map. And we see the score of 420.
420. Ooh, we're 20 minutes in, 420 is the score award here.
You know what that means.
But it won't be for long.
Pyke will miss.
Yeah.
But Pyke does get the stun on Vayne, stopping her from going berserk, I believe is the scientific term in this team fight.
Yeah.
Talia really looking for Graves there. The aggressive flash doesn't find its mark, but a lot of damage to this.
Gonna get the Pyke. Instead, just rocket jumping in.
Aggressive rocket jump. Didn't know the sign was there, it looks like. And Jeff just absolutely no fear, running into 3 high DPS characters, but they're all AD, and he already has the Sunfire and the Tabby completed, so he is not scared at all.
This is gonna be a really old reference to those out there, but is that Jeff or is that guardsman Bob right there?
It's Jeff.
Okay.
I can, like if you look at the nameplate.
Oh wait, no,
but it says a nice hot dog, but that's Jeff. The naming.
But it was a reference to a really old, joke from, or a really old thing from one of the really old games back in really early League, where the guy named Cardsman Bob played Sudir, and he just kind of ran at the enemy team, and they couldn't really do anything.
Team's grouping up for Baron here. Pyke is a pretty slippery character, but he is on the wrong side of the map now.
Yeah.
And with this, they see it with the blue orb, but Caleb is not interested in taking a fight like this.
Yeah.
Graves still only on his jungle item and his Sork boots. Or not Sork boots, his Merc boots.
Looks like Akali's on the split push duty here.
Yep, this may be what the build is designed to do. With this, the Sheen from the Trinity, the Yarm's Fist is making the Sheen procs even stronger.
But Bandito's just happy to take this Baron here.
Yeah, looks like gonna be free Baron for the Banditos. Unless Pyke can do something about it. No? Baron for the Banditos, and we'll see if any of them can get back in time to stop this Akali. She gets one tower, so not an absolutely free Baron, but not the trade that I think what was their name? Asobi? The Asobi team was looking for.
Yeah. But it's sometimes it's just like it's better than nothing sometimes,
Yeah, definitely better than nothing. And none of Asobi give their lives for that Baron, so showing a lot more restraint.
If anything, it was a 1-for-1, if you will. A Baron for a Nami.
Yeah, but
it looks...
the Banditos get the bigger one.
Yeah.
Graves throwing out his ult there for Hail Mary on the Dragon Steel. Pretty good timing, but not good enough.
Yeah. It looks like he's just gonna get run down.
The damage out of this jungle Talia is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen it in this level of competitive play in a long time.
It's really working out for him, too.
Banditos were hoping to push that tower, but they see that the wave is still quite far away.
Getting caught out here?
Oh. The death of the Vayne, the Banditos may have to back out a lot of their damage with Vayne and Talia getting taken out. Tristana forced to blow the heal there. Yep. Yeah, so that's a big shutdown onto the Tristana. Tristana, 1,000 gold shutdown on the Vayne.
Yeah.
And that really might go a long way toward helping the damage for Asobi back into this. They do lose the inhib though, so that's gonna be, how long does that last? 5 minutes? Yeah, a minute? That is respawning soon, didn't they just kill him?
Pyke trying to find something onto Bobby here, but it goes down for it too. Ooh.
Yep. Pyke, champion not allowed to become tanky, so saith Riot. So when he can't get the quick shutdown, he just pops like a pop.
Maybe they should, maybe Asobi should have taken First Man's advice there and gone for something a bit more tankier.
Yep.
Like
maybe yeah. The Pyke, strong pick, good at catching people out, but absolutely not tanky. You can't help but wonder if the Thresh could have been a better pick. Maybe even something like the Braum, just for more tankiness and teamfight power.
Yeah. Because as we've seen, the Scion just tanks up a lot of Asobi's damage.
Scion is doing a lot in these fights.
Yeah.
And we have a Magi's on this Talia jungle. Really feeling herself.
Yeah.
And, no reason not to, with the amount of damage she's putting out.
Flash cubes on it. Oh, yeah.
Flash expended. Oh, yeah, blocking Pyke out of the fight entirely. That's a nice...
Getting onto the NAJs. Blocking them down.
We saw some strong Morgana bindings from Lexia last game, and now some very strong bubbles. looks like the Banditos might just go for the end here.
Yeah.
Kali unable to execute the Vayne, and looks like that's just gonna be game.
Yeah.
Unless Tristana can do something, but she cannot.
Ooh. See you later.
Flashing the cry face Zoe emote. Alright, that's gonna take us to a game 3. That was a lot different than the last game. That was a clean dump out of the Banditos. We'll have to see how the mental on Asobi is after that game, because I didn't see anyone having a good time.
Yeah. Very rough game for Asobi there for game 2.
You gotta hope that they can, you know, shake that off and, you know, just come back into game 3 with a clear head. Yeah. But, I mean, as for the Banditos, they're gonna be coming into that game feeling very good about themselves. Hard carries out of, you know, Vayne and the Jungle Talia, which was a pretty unexpected pick.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see attempts on the Vayne ban in the next game. They let it through here, but definitely did the work.
Yeah. Definitely.
With the help of that Nami.
Yeah, definitely what the Banditos were trying to go for in the first game. Didn't really pan out for them that much, but then game 2, just exactly what they wanted and needed.
The run back proved not to be salty.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a little intermission here between games again.
Yeah.
Remember, kid, do not poop your pants.
Yeah. But before we take a break, I just wanted to point out some things that you know, some changes going into the going for Banditos' team here. Swapping out the Lee Sin and the Morgana in favor for the
Nami.
the Nami and
the Talia and the Nami.
Yeah.
The Lee Sin was banned away, so we can assume that this Talia was maybe the Bandito's second choice, but did, you know, about as much damage and impact. But really the Nami change seemed to be what really made the difference here. Nami, as we discussed, really giving Vayne the tools she needs to make it through the laning phase and into the hard carry phase.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see a Nami takeaway or ban in the next game. Maybe a Vayne ban if they identify that as the main problem.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I didn't have anything to say.
Oh, me neither. So yeah, we'll be taking a quick 5-minute break, and be sure to stick around because we've got a very exciting Game 3 coming at you. So stick around. Yeah. So stick around and we'll be right back.
See you dance in the chat.
10-second delay or something like that. Okay.
Welcome back, everyone. We're back with our analyst, Wristman.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Medios is here, but he's shy.
Yeah. You know, he doesn't say much. He says, like, you know, the one phrase, but you know, that's all you're gonna get from him.
He's moral support.
You guys want to hear that one clip again, or you guys want to hear it again?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Let's hear what our analyst Medios has to say about that game.
I think that NA historically has struggled to be aggressive.
And there it is.
I mean, NA wasn't in that game, Medios. Were you watching?
I mean, he might as well have been, you know? It's like...
Yeah, we didn't see a lot of it. We saw some aggression out of Asobi, but not the good kind, not the kind you want to see.
Yeah. Like...
Some more of the running it down aggression.
Mm-hmm. What do you have to say about this game, Wristman?
I think that it was very interesting to see how much focus was put on the jungle and on bot lane. So they had 2 jungle bans, 3 AD carry bans, and those 2 roles, even with those bans, ended up with like 20 out of 23 kills at some point. So it just, apparently whatever they had planned, it just didn't work out at all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It definitely seemed like they wanted the Vayne pick, but they weren't prepared to deal with it once it came out.
Well, early game just was very unfortunate for them. He ended up with 2 early kills in an early game skirmish, and yeah, this is just not how you want to start a lane against Vayne. You just can't really punish her anymore. So even with all this focus at 8 minutes, AD carry had 4 kills, no deaths, so well, that's a problem.
Oh yeah.
Definitely something you will see.
Yeah, exactly. Like Pyke Tristana, they have a pretty strong all-in, and the first time they actually went for it, they just ended up losing. So at this point, the lane is just pretty much over.
Yeah.
Hey, invite Dennis so he can spectate.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Everyone's in.
Oh. Can I even invite him? I don't think I can.
Yeah, and basically this is something that our guest expert Medio said in chat. Well, you have no CC. The only really CC they have was Pyke. And
yeah, we did touch on
Tristana
that.
alt. But, well, that just didn't really work out at all.
Yeah.
In order for him to land CC, in order for them to really engage, they kind of rely on Pyke, because he's also the only really engaged they have. So if he wants to walk into hook range, he gets hit by, for example, a Talia W. It's just completely gone.
Yeah.
So on the other side, Banditos, they really have the choice of when they fight. They have a Sion, they have a Nami, they have a Karma, a Talia. They can choose the fights they want to choose, and this is not what you want to be up against if they have one of those, hey, we have a super fed AD carry, if you have to kill him kind of comp.
We were seeing really good setups for the fight by the Nami and Talia ultimate combinations, and really nothing to answer that on the side of Asobi.
Yeah. So what do you think Asobi is going to be doing going into Game 3? What do you think they're going to be banning? What do you think they're going to be picking to counter this menace?
Oh, sorry, Dennis.
Oh, yeah. Well, basically, they have to change their game plan. So you have to either accept that bot lane is lost no matter what, and purely focus on bringing another strong lane ahead. The last 2 times they were up against a Karma mid, so maybe that's something you can kind of punish. And if you have like a really strong mid laner, you can put a lot of focus in that guy, maybe able to deal with that Vayne or whoever they pick. Because this whole let's ban all the AD carries and let him pick what's left, it's clearly not working out. So what you can do is you can maybe force James on a worse early game AD carry, something like Ezreal, force advantages on other parts of the map, and try to end the game before Ezreal gets too strong.
Mm-hmm. And we're seeing, Ranqe, Caleb's picks, his jungle picks, not really being able to get the ganks off that he wants, maybe because of the lack of CC from the jungle. So I would love to see him with something like a Xin Zhao or maybe Sejuani. I know it's not exactly his style, but just something that can really just hard gank the bot lane, because that really seems to be where they're putting all their effort.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if he wants to do this, if they want to really keep the focus on bot lane and try to not lose that lane, they have to bring some kind of CC, they have to bring some kind of engage that makes it easy really to get on whatever James.
The Vayne ban, just not feeling it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think after last game, he got caught a few times, he was too far up a few times, and that's where he got his death from, but aside from that, he was just unstoppable, so this is very interesting. That banned this Sion, which they didn't really touch in the last 2 games. He was not really one of those people that really popped off. It's not like he didn't do well, but it was mainly he had 20 kills on the jungle and the AD carry. Maybe they just accepted, okay, pumping all the bans into AD carry is just not working for us. So
they do know that, you know, Jeff is technically on an off roll. We do traditionally see him in the AD carry position, so maybe they're interested to see if Jeff has another top lane pick prepared.
Yeah, maybe that is also good to just punish that top laner really hard then, and maybe get Ida ahead, who has a lot of good performances. If he really has this good matchup, he did really well in the first game.
They leave the Ezreal up for Lira though.
But they
Lira
but they get
Ezreal.
the Lucian though.
Oh yeah, the Lucian banned in the last 2 games. Now the first pick here, so we already know the AD carry matchup. And Ezreal, I mean, traditionally kind of a laid-back laner. When faced with this Lucian Lulu, might have a hard time. We do see the Xinjiao coming out for Caleb though, so maybe he's a big fan.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like that they bring this kind of champion that can jump in. I'm not sure about the Ezreal yet. Let's see what they're gonna pair him up with, because they're basically accepting they're not gonna win bot lane. They're just gonna play it safe. And I wonder if that is really the answer after a game like that, where we just saw pure dominance coming up from the other side.
Yeah, you do have to wonder about, you know, the mental state of these players. It has been noted that Lira is still muted in his team chat, so maybe he's just really asking for a comfort pick here.
Yes, I mean, I think maybe it's really just they accept, okay, we're just not winning bot lane, we're just gonna play safe champions. And, well, I mean, with an Ezreal, I would think that it's not gonna end up with 4 kills on the enemy AD carry after 8 minutes. It's easily avoidable. Have to stay back. They're just not gonna win lane either. They just accept, okay, at best, we go even.
Yeah,
but maybe this
they're looking to focus out the ability of the Asobi bot lane to make plays even more. Take Thresh away.
Taking
which,
oh, no, you got it.
I was just gonna say Thresh can bully Lulu around a little.
Yeah, it looks like they heard your out of the 2 teams to take your advice, Wristman, looks like Banditos definitely took your advice by banning the Thresh away.
I think the Xinjiao was my call.
But the Lee Sin ban coming out from Asobi. Definitely don't want to see a repeat of game 1 for the enemy jungler.
They'll ban the Talia too. I mean, they maybe just want to see a pick that hasn't. Yeah, they're hoping for there not to be a third
jungler,
third jungler that can stomp them all. Because last 2 games, even though the Banditos did not win the first game, their jungler was popping off.
Yeah, really strong performance coming out by Finger Hearts across this entire series so far. Definitely a target worth shutting down.
Ooh, a Shen pick coming out for Team Banditos.
Shen for probably Jeff, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Jeff really looking like he's just trying to support his team, maybe get a little bit of split push going, but mostly just farm it out and be the big meat wall for his team.
And also being a big global menace for the team. You know, just being able to split push. Say a fight's going on, being able to ult the able to ult your carry, just protecting them a bit. and then also being able to just teleport.
Big change.
Ooh.
Exactly. This is really just a protect the Lucian comp, and Asobi are really able. Yeah, I really like this because they really understand now. Okay, we have to kill Lucian. If we don't
they're saying,
Lucian,
go ahead and try to protect Lucian.
Yeah.
And they pick hard engaged champions.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of this.
Yeah, Malphite and Xinjiao and Akali, honestly, all a great target for this. Probably support Galio's ultimate, which is all gonna be, I imagine, going hard for Lucian. Lulu can poly one of them, but she can't poly all of them.
Yeah, basically the plan is probably gonna be, okay, you have Malphite ulting in, you have Galio following up right after, you have Ezreal ulting in from long range, you have Akali who's able to sneak in there, stay alive for a while, Xinjiao is gonna jump on Lucian. This is all about whether or not they can defend their AD carry, or if he's just gonna die to them.
And we see the Elise coming out to try to match this Shin. Elise, pretty strong early game jungler in her own right, so really trying to stop the Xinjiao from snowballing out of control. Good amount of damage coming out for her too, just like the last game. So we'll see if Snowballed Elise can do what a Snowballed Talia can.
Yeah, generally I would expect just a lot of focus on bot lane. I would expect Xinjiao to be bot a lot, just because, okay, you have to stop this Lucian from getting strong. Ezreal by himself, well, Lucian is just gonna be able to push him in. Lucian is just gonna be able to kind of farm safely if he wants to, because there's not really that much threat coming out of the bot lane. But maybe if they get a few ganks off, they are able to...
Both support's taking Ignite again, so they are wanting to scrap at least. Neither of them are giving up. You know, this Ezreal Galio lane, they're not saying, you know, we're just gonna farm for lane. They are trying to fight at least a little.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan. I like what Asobi did, adjusting to last game, really adjust their team comp, understand what their game plan is supposed to be, and we're gonna see how this goes. So this is very interesting to see.
Yeah, I'd say intelligent comps from both sides. The Malphite is a big change from the Jace that we saw the last two games. It's gonna be pretty interesting. Finally, at least, you know, we haven't seen any tanks on Asobe's team this entire Spring Sensational, so now we have, you know, almost three tanks. Ezreal gets pretty tanky for an AD carry too, so it's gonna be a lot for Lucian to have to shred through.
Something that is being played sometimes, not always, but sometimes we see it, it's the full AP Malphite. So who knows? Maybe Ida is going in there, he's trying to one-shot, which is gonna be hard against them. But the big question really is, do they have the damage to really take down Lucian? Because he does have so much protection. He has a Shen ult, he has a Karma shield, he has a Lulu shield, he has a Lulu ult. It's a lot of stuff that they have to burn through.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, we saw the Lucian banned, I think first ban in the last two games, so we gotta expect that Asobe knows that this Lucian is James's preferred champion, so we're gonna probably expect to see a lot of skill on the champion.
Absolutely, yes. It's not gonna be an easy task to take him down, but it's necessary in order to actually win this game.
Absolutely, yeah.
One thing I'm actually kind of surprised to see is Bobby not electing to pick the brand here.
Yeah, Barbie Karma all three games. I think that this must be, you know, the strategy that they prepared beforehand, just really focusing on support the AD carry team comps.
Yeah,
exactly. I agree. Like, they really came in there with a game plan. They have who is probably the strongest player on AD carry, so they all said, okay, we're just gonna make sure that this guy carries us. And this is exactly how they pick their team comps. A lot of shields, a lot of peel, a lot of protection.
And, you know, he managed to do his job in the last game, so we're gonna see if he can repeat that performance here in Game 3 of the Asian Week Classes Spring Sensational.
Yep.
Thank you, as always, for your expert analysis.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Have a fun time at Disney World.
Yeah, I saw Mickey Mouse around the studio here.
Oh,
Dude,
really?
he flipped me off.
Dude, I can't believe he actually did that though. Like, wow. You know, it's like sometimes, you know, you'll see like someone like in like a movie or something and see like, oh yeah, he seems kind of cool, and then like in real life to be like, oh wait, this guy's like completely different than what I expected him to be.
You know, fame just goes to some people's heads.
Yeah, especially Mouse's as it turns out.
Mouse has like a pretty small body, so the fame can just get right up there. Oh, we do see the arcane comment on Malphite, so that's some evidence toward perhaps the fabled full AP Malphite that we talked about. That would definitely be a lot harder to peel than a tank Malphite off of the solution if their goal in life is to eradicate him from the face of the earth. The face of the rift, as it were. So this is going to be interesting to see. All other keystones look pretty normal. We do see the fleet Akali yet again. This mid lane matchup has been the same all 3 games.
Yeah.
Neither of them really seeing the need to make any adaptations, it would seem.
Red team going for the blue side invade again.
Yeah, and they may find Malphite here. This is a little spooky for him.
I believe he didn't spot him, actually. Oh, he's about to
Malphite?
see him now.
See if Elise is willing to start the cocoon here. Oh, the flash taunt from Shen. First blood to Shen. He probably would have liked to get that on the Lucian, but I mean, I'm not going to complain about a first blood. He does blow the flash though, so we'll see if Caleb can punish that on his strong early game ganking jungler.
Just
And the Elise starting red buff again, so maybe expect a path down to the bot lane. We have been seeing a lot of bot lane action, so it would make sense.
especially in this knowing, you know, James, you know.
Oh yeah.
Especially game 2, you know, he was the one dealing, you know,
yeah, definitely the standout along with Talia.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be. Oh, we see the invade from Caleb here, calling out the red buff start and stealing away this red buff. But he is going to be finding this Elise pretty dang soon.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Elise not yet level 3, so may not have access to the cocoon.
Elise just electing to take the scuttle.
It takes the scuttle.
And
no cocoon, so there's not really much she can do to get a fight with that Shinja.
Banditos just pushed up so they can't go to collapse on sus. Right.
Pretty surprising to see the Lucian pushed in here, but looks like Galio is exerting an interesting amount of pressure.
Yep. Big stone statue. Yeah.
He has his wing blast available to help push the wave in. And, you know, as long as he doesn't deal the CS from his AD carry, he won't be getting flamed for it.
Yeah.
At least spotted on a ward here. Pathing up to maybe gank this Malphite, who's pretty pushed up.
Hunt coming out onto the...
Still level 2 on this Elise, so no... Okay, now the level 3 hits.
Hunt coming out onto the Malphite. Flashes away. Elise rifles up, try to gets it. And
flashes out.
Let's see if they can...
Ooh, hits the cocoon again, but not willing to follow up without her flash. Oh.
Kayla going with the flash. But he's gonna die for it too. Rough one for coming
Jeff
out.
showing some impressive mastery on this Shen.
Yeah.
Gets, you know, very good turnaround onto Shinja there. And, I mean, I don't want to start saying it too early, but I'm a little worried about Caleb's mental.
Yeah.
After that last game, he had a rough start. Off to a similarly rough start here. He does have some camps to farm, though, so he won't be as put out as he was last time. And giving the blue buff over to Shen is not something that his top laner will flame him for, luckily.
Yeah. We are now 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the final game of the AWG 2019 Spring Sensational. Score is 0-3 for all of our audio listening folks here.
Yeah, the Banditos are really proving that the last game wasn't a fluke. 3 kills here, and none of them on their star AD carry.
Yeah.
The rest of the team proving that maybe they can carry in their own right.
Yeah. You know, it's so much focus has been onto, you know, James's, you know, champion pool, but because of this, you know, just top lane has, you know, been left with like almost 0 bans throughout this entire series. You know.
And the one ban that they did pull here at the Scion, seeming like, oh wait.
Almost saving his support there. So close, but.
The double kill onto the Lucian, that's exactly what Asobi do not want to see.
Ranqe just walking up, taking some free damage there. So the lockout just fine, it looks like.
Yeah. This is pretty concerning. This is a large wave that Ezreal is going to lose. Not the TP Ezreal that we do see sometimes, so he's not getting this experience, he's not getting this gold. He is not having fun
Jeff
time.
just going aggressive on the Malphite. Christ.
Jeff is really dominating this lane. I mean, this is Ida, right?
Yeah.
He is the Malphite. Yeah, Ida had the counter pick, but he's not having an easy time in this lane. Gank mid from Elise doesn't get the kill, but does get a lot of HP out of Ollie. But may give Bobby a bit of a false sense of security here, as he is getting a little bit of hover around mid lane.
Rank going up, but I just brought speed boost from...
Yep, runs right away. Shinja with no flash, really can't collapse onto that.
Ha!
Having a hard time in the bot lane here. James going hard. Oh, we see the Shen ult here to save James. Get the double kill. And ooh, pings onto the Infernal Drag. The first Infernal Drag of the series, I think.
I believe so, yeah. I know I accidentally said, or I said that there was an Infernal, but it's
yeah.
Spectator thing.
We might see Bobby cut out here. He's pathing toward this plant though. He knows Akali doesn't have any more dashes. She has that one.
He's gonna have to
no
flash.
And that's a free Infernal Drag out of that crazy chase down on Karma that doesn't even get them the kill on Karma.
Ranqe gonna try to take away the red.
He does manage to get some good counter jungling down, and his own bottom side is empty, so at least isn't gonna find anything in return. Gosh, I don't know, this is looking a little bad for Asobi.
Yeah, this is not looking good.
Although, you know, their comp is made to not come online until they get a good, you know, team fight with all their ultimates. Galio doesn't have his ultimate available yet. I wouldn't count them out just yet.
Yeah. Definitely wait until these guys have, you know, their ultimates out. Like level 6, like post level 6.
Oh, TP coming into the Shen. Hard focusing onto this Ezreal. Nothing he can do. The polymorph into the taunt.
Polymorph is such a powerful ability in this game here.
Very strong. Really stops Ezreal from being able to be as safe as he would like.
Yeah.
And Galio with no ult really can't do anything to save his AD carry. Hard zoned off of this.
At least getting the cocoon out. I need the cocoon.
Yeah, but Galio is the anti-mage wingman.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's like something. Oh, they're racing for first tower here. It's pretty close. But it looks like, yeah, the Banditos are gonna have it.
Yeah, definitely. Unless,
Oh, they're choosing to go onto this Ezreal instead. Ezreal uses the heal.
But
no flash available.
Ranqe is like a plate and a half away.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's gonna be
that's
first
gonna be
tower
for Banditos.
Yeah, first tower for the Banditos, but they do trade away the top lane tower for it, but not without a few more kills. It's Ezreal 1 and 4. Not what Lira was hoping, picking his signature champion here.
We're 10 minutes in. Score is 1-9. Team Banditos is now about 3K.
Oh dear! Ooh. I don't think that was what Galio was looking for.
He's taking a lot of damage.
That may have been a bit of a backwards. I think that's his E ability, right? The Dashi.
I'm not too sure.
You know, this Galio seems like it may have been picked as a bit of anti-AP, since we see the AP jungle, mid, and support. But, you know, if you don't have a lot of experience on the Galio, it can be a little bit difficult to support with him.
I believe I saw that in the loading screen, the support player had 400 mastery, or 400 mastery points on the champion, so...
It's not usually the amount of mastery that you're hoping to have on a champion that you're playing at, you know, a competition of this caliber. You do see, the Galio coming in on the backline, making a lot of room. Ezreal goes wide. Ezreal's not in this fight. This is a 4v5 that I don't think that Asobi really wants to take. Kali gets away with her flash, but does not get the kill.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was 2 kills for, I believe, also 2? Or maybe just 1. Next dragon is Mountain, coming up in 30 seconds. The vision control there is all Banditos, but...
Yep. It's the, we have 2 control words coming out for them.
Haven't even been touched since the dragon was taken last time. That's kind of a testament to how behind on the map pressure that Asobi has been.
Looks like Asobi is just going to try to clear out some vision here. Just trying to find some way to get back into this game.
Yep. The AD carry is not bot side right now, so it's like maybe rushable. Yeah.
I'm just going to start it. And
Banditos just not aware of this call. They just can't get there in time.
Yep. Coming up onto...
Oh, that is a disgusting amount of damage out of this Lucian. Just shreds a Kali.
Dragon going over to Asobi, but...
2 more kills.
Malphite just getting gunned down.
Gunned down like a rock. Would you see the Akali going the Gunblade build time? We saw more of a split push build the last 2 games. Didn't really work out for them. So going more of a traditional assassin type build. Maybe just really hoping to try to get down onto this Lucian. But so far, that 1v1 has not looked very favorable for Akali.
Interesting to note, the score is 3-13. 13 minutes, or 14 minutes actually.
Yep, the turret plates fall off. They get all the turret plates they can, except for the last turret in this mid tower. The Banditos are up almost 5k gold now.
Yeah.
A lot of that gold on their AD carry, their star player, and Jeff. So, you know, it's gonna have a great big Shen tank in the front line. That's exactly what Jeff wants to be, it seems like.
Yeah.
Ida just splitting away. He has elected not to go for the full AP build, perhaps after seeing the early game. He's got the Sunfire, got the Mercs, so really just hoping to maybe be a tank to match Jeff's tankiosity. Ooh. Pick on the Lulu.
She
does have the ult. She ults herself out. Oh, big ult. This is the wombo that they've been looking for. A very big Malphite ult into a very big Galio ult. Only gets 1 kill though.
Yeah.
1 for 0 here. Fair amount of damage onto the Banditos though. So might be a little risky for them to stay out on the map here. But pretty much all of the engage has been expended on the side of Asobi.
And they're just gonna take the and Banditos are just gonna take the mid turret.
Banditos feel safe to take that mid turret.
Yeah.
They make the call that there's nothing Asobi can do to stop them, and they are right. James feeling very confident on this Lucian. This Bork first build, probably into Cleaver next. Yep. Really trying to shred down these tanky members. Intelligent build. Yeah, go ahead.
900 gold bounty on the Lucian too.
Yeah, that would be a lot of gold for killing Lucian, and also a lot of just general pressure in the game. Because really, killing this Lucian is your goal if you're Asobi, no matter how much gold he's worth.
Right.
They didn't manage it with their wombo combo in the last fight. And in my personal experience, when you get womboed the first time, the next time you're expecting it. So if it doesn't work the first time, chances of it continuing to succeed are pretty low.
Yeah. Banditos trying to get a better vision around this Rift Herald here.
Rift Herald's been taken in the last 2 games, so
they
do have a lot of priority on it. Not a lot of vision in this upper quadrant of the jungle though, so they may not be able to see anyone coming, but they are shredding this down pretty quickly. Lucian has a lot of damage. The Bork does very strong.
Walk up to it.
Oh, the flash taunt!
Taunt flash, actually. Wait,
yep.
Flash? Taunt flash, yeah.
He flashed and he taunted, and he got him. And then the polymorph to follow it up. Lulu really making some no fun plays for the side of Asobi.
You're gonna eat some knives, you're gonna run into some stuff, you gotta take a little bit of damage before you get anything. In this business,
dodged out a lot of the culling.
Anybody to trust you.
Juan is punishing every chance he gets. Oh, nice. Very good.
Channeling the Rift Herald here after they take the outer, so this Rift Herald is going to get her full charge on the inner tower.
Maybe not.
He's got to really just take on this one. Oh my god.
Rift Herald
is getting lamed out right now. This is Duck
Go
at his finest. Duck, the champion. Duck, this is West Coast champion. Duck, he's keeping him out. He cannot get in.
Ocean Dragon, always nice against Ezreal.
Oh, he dropped out the combo. He's going to get it combos now. Duck, look at how.
Oh,
this is it right now. Here we go. He can guard break him and he can kill Cable right now.
A lot less now that the enemy team gets free healing.
Yep.
Asobi is just still continuing to farm up, really. Their Ezreal a lot weaker than the Lucian right now. It's going to take a lot of time for him to be at a place where he can really be doing the same amount of impact in team fights in the game in general. On a call. When you see an AD carry with a call, they've given up on life a little bit.
That's rough. That's gonna be a rough one. That's what
but he does have his Muramana transformed. Looks like he's going for Trinity Force next. correctly identifying that there's not very much AD on the enemy team aside from Lucian. So, Gauntlet probably not going to be doing as much as he would like.
Baron coming alive in 25 seconds, but I have no doubt they're going to go for it.
Going on to Shen though, you know.
Yeah. Ult coming out for...
Yep. Oh, the team is here though. Just in time to save him. And just not enough damage to cut through the Shen. He's Titanic Hydra first, but still tanky enough that this Shinjao Malphite can take him down. You know, well played by Jeff to survive long enough. And this is starting to look like Baron. With Jungler and Hank dead on the side of Asobi. That's almost all they're engaged.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. Juan is doing a good job of not getting trapped right now. Now that's just the thing. You're gonna eat some lines, you're gonna run into some stuff. You gotta take a little bit of damage before you get being able to. You gotta have a little dirt on you for anybody to trust.
And Juan is just punishing every chance he gets all night. Very good.
Oh my god,
Shen coming out.
Yeah, the Shen ult not used in the last fight since they went on Shen first. But now used to save their big bounty boy.
And TP is getting expended by an for basically nothing.
They get some vision control of this Baron. You get smacked a little bit by the Baron. Doesn't like your Sunfire. But you know, not a good fight for Asobi, but they do manage to stop the Baron, so... I mean, they'll take that. They're so far behind they have to take that, honestly.
It's the little things that matter in these type of games.
The little things like your team not having Baron.
Yeah.
Still fighting for vision on this Baron here. The Scuttle Crab is alive. I expect to see them going for that. Oh, Cocoon just misses a Kali there. That would have almost certainly been a kill. The Cocoon into the Polymorph with Lucian right there.
And from what we've seen in these, so far in this game, Polymorph is a really powerful spell here.
Oh yes, the Polymorph has been being used to chain CC, which is, a lot of the time you see Polymorph as, an anti-engage tool, but we've been seeing it as almost a pick tool, which is pretty unique, and it's been working out great.
Cocoon landing onto the Malphite, it's not going to be doing much.
Oh, the Luden's Echo, or the baby Luden's Echo procs the Baron there, forces them to back out of the pit. They aren't able to clear all the wards out. Now the Banditos have the inside track on this mid push, but not really much of a wave to speak of. Kali ulting out of the...
Oh, man. Doing a good job of not getting trapped right now.
Have to pick them.
Now that's just the thing when you fight.
Wombo combo finally finds its mark.
Lucian you gotta take a little bit of damage before you get anything. In this business, you gotta have a little dirt on you for anybody to trust.
No Lucian for 20 more seconds.
Really pinging to get that Baron.
Oh yeah, they're saying, this is the only chance they're gonna have to get the Baron, honestly. Lucian, strongest member of the enemy team, dead for 10 more seconds, no way to get into the fight. This is really, they have to go for this now. Oh, the taunt onto Elise. This is the first good fight, and it is a very good fight for Asobi.
Flash being expended.
Oh, he dropped out the combo. He's going to get it combos now.
But they're just going to go right back onto the Baron.
There we go. He can
go. Baron, no jungler for the enemy team.
Ranqe is going
down. Takes it down. No junglers for either team. This Baron is officially Fiesta Baron.
Not at all.
Taunt coming down onto the Ezreal. Goodbye, dude.
Karma, good enough. And honestly, the damage coming out of the Shen is very impressive. And he has the Titanic Hydra, has the Sunfire. And his auto's hurt.
Yeah.
It's finally gonna be the Baron pickup for Banditos. Asobi not willing to contest it anymore. They've lost too many lives. Looks like they may be looking to trade it for this Ocean Drag, but the Banditos not resetting. They are not willing to give anything away right now.
Yeah.
James really just taking as risky a path as he can. This man wants to fight.
Coming down onto Ranqe.
And Malphite onto the Lucian, but he does, he gets the Lulu ult, he gets the Karma shields, and he is not worse for wear. He is going hard for this. Lucian with the Essence Reaver now, gonna be doing a lot of damage, a lot of spells that he can pump out.
Bandito just going for this inhib.
Yeah, they already got the dragon. They are gonna take their free inhib. James gonna recall right in their faces. And get punished for it a little, but it was a bait.
Yep.
GG.
Ranqe almost just going down to that.
Yep.
And it looks like this is where they're gonna go for it.
They're willing to make the last push here.
Yeah.
Last stand from the Banditos.
26 minutes in. This could be it, folks.
Yep. James is just absolutely devastating this backline. Oh, got a little too cocky. He didn't have any of his shield bots with him, so he pops.
Yeah.
And they may not be able to end here.
They might not be.
No, it looks like
Wombo combo coming out here. Onto the
Wombo combo
Lulu.
onto the Lulu.
She's just gonna go down.
Yep.
Jeff taking down the Ezreal though.
Yep. The tanks focus onto Lulu, and the rest of the team dies.
Bobby's staying here.
Jeff TP coming out. Jeff can do a lot of auto damage.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's just trying to backdoor it here. Jeff trying to clap some cheeks, as he said.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can make it through the Shinja though.
I'm not sure if he can do this.
He does still have the Baron buff. He has
does
the Baron
a lot of damage
Oh
though.
my goodness, that's a lot of damage. Jeff, absolutely unstoppable. This Shen pick is doing a lot for him. Oh my goodness. Is this allowed?
Can we show this on? Can we show this on Twitch?
Oh, finally shut down. But this looks like game.
Yeah.
Against all odds, that's the Banditos.
They beat the super team, dude. Oh my god.
Don't let your dreams be memes,
Yeah.
kids. Can we get some Jeffs in the chat?
Oh my god. Well, what happened, folks? The team that everyone thought was gonna win. The team that, you know, people were saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna join this. I'm not gonna do this. Why would I play against Why would I sign myself up to get dominated by this super team?" Look at their faces now. Look at their mid laner now.
Oh, they're so happy. They really know. It's a Cinderella story, folks. And I don't know. They won. Oh, devastation on the faces of Team Asobi. They really, I think that maybe they were a little bit cocky, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't like to say it, but they were acting like they had the game clinched, and they ended up not being able to convert it in the end.
Interestingly enough, Jeff out damages the Lucian in this game.
Yeah, Jeff really making a name for himself on that Shen. Jeff really, his statement game, before this, he was saying, you know, I'm gonna clap some cheeks, and I thought he did. Do you think we can get an interview with,
It looks like they're kind of busy right now. Ooh. Chris just looking absolutely defeated here. Oh my god.
You hate to see it, but...
You hate to see it, honestly.
I kind of like to see it. And they are lifting the cup.
Yeah.
AWG Spring Sensational Champions. Banditos.
Banditos. Just defying all odds.
This is just really a miracle upset. Series 1 cheeks. Really is. Oh, we have here voted Spring Sensational MVP.
Yep.
A nice hot dog.
Yeah. What up? It's me. A nice hot dog. Jeff.
Congratulations on the win, Jeff.
Very well done.
Yeah, it was I.
Come on, don't be humble.
Yeah, come on.
Alright. Well, I don't know. Going into the series, I was expecting a match versus Sicko Chris, and I heard he was booted from the team, which honestly doesn't really surprise me, since he's the most selfish player. I couldn't really understand why 4 other people would want to work together with him, and I'm not surprised to see that he was booted from the roster. So I thought it was an overall improvement, and I had my work cut out for me.
Yeah, before the...
Yes.
Oh, yeah, do you want to add something?
And I also think it was quite sad that I didn't get to go up against the Titan Dan Gore in the top lane. He's someone I respect a lot as a player. However, instead I was put up against Ida. And Ida performed admirably. However, at the end of the day, he kept picking Jason. He's from North America.
Ooh.
Wow. So before the game, as you mentioned, we saw a lot of trash talking from you, saying that you would clap Sicko Chris's cheeks so hard in lane he's gonna whine for jungle gangs and flame his support for not rushing Ardent and body blocking for him. And he called his team a shitty band of mercenaries. How much did this last-minute substitution change the strategy going into this game, and do you think that Chris's substitution was planned in order to maybe take away that big target he had on his back?
Well, it definitely made the game a lot more difficult. I think Lira is a significantly better AD carry than Chris. And he also takes up a lot less resources. Chris is a very inflexible player and not willing to cooperate with anyone, unlike me. I think I showed this series that I'm a completely selfless player, and I'm extremely adaptable. After being put on Scion duty, a mongrel champion, which thankfully the enemy team banned so I didn't have to play, I proceeded to pull out my true pick, Shen, which I played one game prior this week when I found out I would be playing top lane.
Awesome. So game 1 went to the other side, and starting in game 2, you guys just absolutely dominated. So what did you adjust after game 1, and what even happened there exactly?
I think we just put 2 and 2 together, and we realized that AP Shyvana is quite similar to Nidalee, and that we might want to, ban any champs that slightly resemble Nidalee. So we did that.
And it worked out for you guys. Do you have anything to say to the fans watching at home?
I really appreciate you all watching me, and shoutouts to my mentor Double Deuce for teaching me how to play Scion prior to the match. And I will always remember our times on Team Max.
It's very nice of you to say. Thank you guys so much. for sticking by here. Also from me, I'm gonna throw it back to Andrew and Kato at the analyst desk.
Thank you so much, Restman, for that interview. Good cast on today. Or actually, wait, no. That's not what they say. Good interview on today, actually.
You're not here anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wait, is he not here anymore?
Oh, he is.
Wait, he's right there.
He's also on the desk.
He's right there.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Oh, now he's gone.
Take his head away.
Boop. Hey, look at Jet.
Damn, I missed you, Jet.
Yeah.
Where did you go?
Where did you go? Well, actually, we do know. He came to work for us now. Anyways.
Well, you know, just a great series. You know, past AWGs, we've gotten a little bit of flack for the way the teams are put together. People saying, oh, I don't want to play against a bunch of diamond players. Why isn't there any balancing of the teams in this tournament? But I think that this series is really going to shut those people up.
Yeah, especially, those that would say like, oh, I don't really want to play this. It's like, oh, I kind of want to play this, but like, I don't want to play up against like, these high tier, players.
But as Jeff said, he had not a lot of experience on top lane on Shen going into this, and he comes away with the MVP. So maybe you just have to just really put your heart into it, as it seemed that Jeff did.
Yep.
Put his heart into it. Put his clapping into it.
Yep. He clapped the cheeks,
and,
dude.
Oh, those cheeks. Check mark. Clapped.
Oof.
You'll love to see it.
Yeah, you love.
To see these games.
Yeah, which you can check out afterwards on the YouTube channel, and on the past broadcast on Twitch. And if you're watching it from there, hello, it's us from the past. What up? How's it going?
Is the world still okay?
Yeah, are we good? Is there another one of these? Because like we had to cancel like the past 2 ones, so like we don't know if there's gonna be another one. What do you think? What happened? What happened? Like, we can
I think
hear you.
that. Oh, okay.
Anyways,
I think that's gonna do it for us, right?
Yeah, that's gonna do it from us here at the desk. Thank you so much for watching, and to everyone that came by, thank you so much for tuning in, and congratulations to Banditos for being the AWG 2019 Spring Sensational World Champions.
Jeff's in the chat.